got Brody, we got Sushi, we got Ace. That's me. And we're gonna start off with some good shit, man. We're gonna start off with the finals, the women's finals. Sadly to say, I didn't get to see it, but I did see some highlights. And great game, all around great game. It's sad that, like you said, prior to when we started the show, it's sad that we don't have enough people watching it. Even me, like I feel like I missed out on history. I'm be real with you, like I feel like I missed out on some history just now, and it's like it sucks to know, like I may have saw highlights, and most people just like the highlights anyway. But me personally, I like to enjoy what's happening in front of me right then and there. You know what I'm saying? So, Sushi, I know you got a lot to talk about. Hey man, take the floor, because honestly, you're spot on with everything you're saying.
Well, point blank period, I want to kick myself in the ass first, because I was somebody that didn't appreciate that game as much as I should have in the past. And to my defense, I mean, the NBA is phenomenal. I mean, the eras we've been given in the NBA is just phenomenal. But I've always kept a close eye, because I'm a basketball fan before everything goes. So competitive basketball is just my thing. So I've always liked the legends. You know what I'm saying? I've always liked it, the Cheryl Swoops, the Tina Thompson. I always liked it, the Lisa Leslies. You know, I always liked it, the Maya Moores, the Diana Taurasi, the Sue Birds, all of these gladiators. You know what I'm saying? But Candace Parker is the greatest women's basketball player to ever play this game. She's the LeBron James of the WNBA. Last night, her performance, man, was incredible. And it just started at the top. She's a born leader. So we're going to give, and her nickname is Ace. So we're going to give Candace Ace Parker her flowers of being just the ultimate floor general. I've never seen a woman, and no offense to any great women, I've never seen a woman rally the troops the way she's done throughout these playoffs, with the odds against her, being a seed, and having to go against all contenders each round. Like, they didn't have an easy way out. It wasn't like the first round was easy or the second round. Like, they got thrown to the wolves each round of these playoffs, and she found a way to be the leader and to take all the pressure and to take all the responsibility if they was to lose. And to her credit, she did a fantastic job, and it was a beautiful game last night to watch. Both teams left everything on the floor. It was amazing. Like, for the Sky to be down 11 points, and the way that they were able to rally against a juggernaut and be able to slow the game down and be able to throw them off their game, and players that are nobodies, show up to be heroes. She did a great job being the quarterback of that team. And like I said, I think she's the greatest WNBA player ever. I know Cheryl Swoops exists. I know, you can say 2-3 more names. It's different for Candace. Candace is literally the jack of all trades, and she's beautiful. Let's not forget the fact that Candace Parker might be, at 6'4", Candace Parker might be the most beautiful athlete. That's some beautiful athletes, bro. But if Candace Parker is not in your top 3 of the most beautiful athletes ever, you're gay. Like, you're legitimately gay. Like, there's no other way around it, bro. I'm 5'7", and if Candace gave me a shot to go on a date,
I would climb that tree.
Respectfully, but I would be the ultimate gentleman. I wouldn't even care that she's bigger than me. I would treat her like I'm bigger than her. You understand what I'm saying? I would fully alpha male that thing. Like, get your big ass over here, girl. Like, you know what I'm saying? But in all seriousness, the game was amazing. And I really want to try my best to push the agenda to get everybody who loves sports and everybody who fucks with us. When you got some free time and you don't want to watch baseball, put on the WNBA. Like, they out there hooping something serious. Like, the amount of skills that goes on through a WNBA game is bananas. Remember, it's not too much dunking and all of that crazy stuff. So it's legitimately all fundamentals and just all skills. And it's fascinating to watch. Last night was a great game. It was a great series. Congratulations to the Chicago Sky. Also, I tip my hat to Phoenix, Diana Taurasi, Brittany Grinder, Skylar Diggins. I love all 3 of you guys, man. Y'all had a great run. And I know y'all not finished. You know what I'm saying? But the way the Sky pulled it together, it's crazy, bro. It's like, if you think of the NBA and when the Raptors beat the Warriors,
Right.
or last year when the Bucks beat the Suns, it's more just like, they had potential to do it, but nobody really, really thought they would be able to get it done. You kind of get what I'm saying? And the fact that she was able to do it, it's some LeBron James of Cleveland shit. Like, this is on that level, but maybe even bigger because she's from Chicago. Like, she's legitimately from Chicago. And let's keep it real. The last time Chicago basketball won a championship was in 98. So right now, she's the biggest basketball player since Michael Jordan in the city of Chicago. She's sold out. So everybody do me a favor, watch the clip. She sold out that arena. My nigga, the Bulls don't even sell out in Chicago no more. She's a WNBA team sold out in Chicago. That's big news. So shout out Chicago for that type of support because that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing before I finish. If the WNBA has any doubts of putting a team in New Jersey, take it out of your mind. Y'all put some some women over here on the professional level and see how everybody act up. Because Jersey don't really got a team. So give us just one professional team. And I guarantee you I'll be front row courtside. Don't change the prices on me just yet. You know what I'm saying? Let me get the current prices for season ticket holders. Don't boost me yet because of Jersey taxes, but I'll be courtside every game with my daughter, man. Shout out to Sky, man. Candace Parker, you the GOAT. You the GOAT right now.
Yeah, she's definitely a good player. It's crazy how yeah, with her, she's like I said, there's no denying it. She's definitely one of the best. Besides, of course, Lisa Leslie and shit like that, but she's definitely one of the best that ever did it in a long time. So, Brody, what you got to say? And she looked good. And honestly, to put on top of that, a lot of those girls be looking good. Yo, it's crazy how a lot of them be looking good.
A lot of them, and all respect to them, but a lot of them, they like what we like. You understand what I'm saying? Like
right.
You know what I'm saying? Candace like us.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm talking about that. I mean, because I feel like if I was 6'2",
I'd take a shot.
6'1", I ain't even got to be taller than it. If I was 6'1", over. Ball game. It's over.
So I got a chance. Then. I'm six.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think you got to start. It's not about the cockiness. More just like I'm saying, we can play one-on-one right now.
Right. And I'm scoring.
Like I'm gonna put this body on you. I'm gonna let you put this body on me. We gonna play one-on-one right now. Right. But she'll cook me, man. She about like 10 inches taller than the nigga.
You gonna try to shoot? You gonna be like, what? I'll send that shit right back to you.
It was super dope to see that, man. Like just to add one more thing, it was the emotion, like I was saying before we started. That emotion was crazy. Like I haven't seen guys that passionate in a while. You know what I'm saying? As far as at the winning level, like it was just crazy, bro. Like they're gonna make a short film about this, man. It was beautiful. I mean, and it's big for a kid that's from Chicago to be just a Chicago sports fan and then be a Jordan fan. And then it's just the legacy's amazing to me. Like people need to highlight the fact that she led a professional basketball team to a championship in Chicago. It has not been done since the great Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You know what I'm saying? It's been over 10 years since that, maybe over 20 years at this point since that has happened. So I can't stress that enough. That was dope to see. And me knowing MJ, the little bit I do, MJ had the cigar and the whiskey, and he was like, I fuck with that shit right there.
Yeah. And if he don't, that's just
he didn't take that personal in the way niggas think. He fucked with that shit. That was good to see.
I agree. I'm a go with Ace. I was unfortunate by not participating in it, and I ain't had shit to watch either, so it's no excuse. I could have watched that shit. And, I actually want to point out. I want to take a different angle. Point out something that you said because I think that's a great marketing tool that they don't take advantage of. Like how you were saying that they should put a team in Jersey, right? Yo, if they put teams in places that didn't already have, the NBA players and shit like that, and niggas would go see that, you might see some celebs and shit. Y'all would sell tickets. So I think also that the inspiration from this game, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about the finals with the WNBA. It's really nothing going on in sports more bigger than that, except for the Aaron Rodgers controversy. So I think that this drive the spark to make them more watched.
Yeah, I think she did, and I just want to make sure that people, when this booms up, I want them to give me my flowers, but I want them to give Ace her flowers. All due respect, you big Ace, but that's bigger Ace. You know, the big little Ace. I want Candace Parker to get her flowers because I'm calling it the LeBron James effect. Now let's keep it real. The NBA was already changing, but in my opinion, it changed forever after that 2016 finals when LeBron came back 3-1. The game went straight perimeter. Because they were going to kind of find a way to make a weakness for a man like him, a man like Giannis. You know what I mean? Guys who can literally control the pace based off of their freak nature ability. So that's what Candace did. That's my thing. Candace she's a vet now, and now she found a way to change her game and make it like, what the fudge? I'm talking about she just beat 3 Hall of Famers, bro. Ain't no other Hall of Famers on that Sky. No disrespect to the Sky, but ain't no other Hall of Famers on that fucking team. Like, she just found a way to coach. She Tom Brady the Bucks, bro. She just literally navigated. Like, yo, this is what we gonna do. We ain't gonna overdo it. We ain't gonna try to be too pizzazz. Like, we just gonna win games. Like, we just gonna find way to win games. That's all. I'm done, though. I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm so passionate right now.
You good. That's good, though. I mean, because you showing that is hopefully maybe there's someone else who can share that feeling with you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of guys that can. But this is what bothers me with that. The NBA players, they're starting to show hella support because they know, like, a lot of these chicks could cook the average minimum guy on the bench getting a minimum contract. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a skill thing. So what bothers me with them is a lot of you dudes, and I'm not going to name drop, but I think it's obvious. It's about 50 players in the league right now that's making over $100 million contract salary, right? Why don't none of y'all invest in buying teams, my nigga? Like, why don't, since Adam Silver and the NBA and the Board of Governors won't, like, why don't y'all holler at the commissioner of the WNBA, holler at the players union and be like, yo, what can we do to put money involved, to make these investors and these sponsors attached to the game? Like, first thing is showing up to the games. You know what I mean? If you're in town and you ain't got nothing to do, take your niece, take your daughter, take your wife. I bet your girl don't like sports, but you take her to a WNBA game or a softball college game, and she be competitive as hell. You get what I'm saying? Because it's a woman thing. It's this is dope. You know what I mean? You can relate to it. So I think we start there. But like I said, if I was able in the next 2-3 years to come across a couple $1 million, don't be shocked if I go talking to certain people like, how can I get stock in this team? How can I own a percentage of this? Because it's dirt cheap now, with all due respect. But I know at some point it is not going to be. Because guess what? Even if it ain't, going to happen right now, another transcendent star like a Sheryl Swoopes will come in the NBA. And she won't be ignored during this generation. So that's the blessing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, the youth and social media, they're not going to ignore a transcendent star, whether it's a woman or a man. So we can either wait for that, possibility for the next Sheryl Swoopes on steroids to come in, or we can literally be like, yo, we got some of the baddest women on the like, they keep winning gold medals. We don't even give them respect. I don't think, when the last time they lost a gold medal, Brody? Like, real talk. These women ain't lose a gold medal in like fucking 30 years type shit. Like, since Swoopes and them was there. Like, they keep winning every fucking Olympic and nobody cares. They ain't got no bronze like us. Like, they got nothing but gold medals and this shit. And they getting paid fucking less than minimum players. Like, less than scrubs. Like, real shit, less than scrubs. Like, no, this shit is crazy. You got niggas like TJ McCollum getting paid $24 million. Skylar Diggins a fucking cook TJ McCollum. Ryan Moore would have cooked this little boy. You know what I'm saying? And they getting paid less than half of that salary was. It's just bananas, man. Just bananas.
Yeah, well, I mean.
Well, no, I would say, I feel as though the women do deserve more just based off their talent. Talent breeds money. But the thing that they're missing is, and I think this is what the NBA players are missing and wanting to invest in it, is they lazy. They're not about to learn marketing and all that in order to invest in something that's hard to market for. Because it already has been tough to market for it. Now I'm thinking that may change. That investment may pay back for them, but they're living in the now. They're not looking at 15 years from now, the NBA being right with the NBA, and then they'll make their investment back tenfold. They're not looking at that. They stockbrokers is like, well, them motherfuckers been losing $2 million a year that y'all been having to invest y'all money in for the last 30 years, it's hard to invest. So I do feel like somebody should make a bold stand. You know, you already mentioned how Kyrie Irving donated $1.5 million. You're going to need at least 10 or 12 other players to do something like that.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah. 10 more
You need
players.
you need about 10, 15 guys to do it. But this is why Kyrie did that. Bro, these women are flying commercial flights, bro.
Yeah.
They're fucking professional athletes and they're flying commercial flights? That's so degrading, bro. That's so sexist to me. Like, what the fuck is y'all doing? Like, y'all don't got enough money to put your team on a private flight, bro?
No, that's facts.
That shit don't cost millions of dollars, bro. And y'all making at least that. Y'all may not be making the tens of millions of dollars, but they are season ticket holders a lot, thousands in the WNBA. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like y'all can't afford to put them on private. This is bananas. These women are gladiators, bro.
I agree.
They're not just women. Like, that's the problem. That's what I'm really thinking it boils down to with these fucking bastards is they're just viewing them as women, like, you know, baby cocoons and cum cabinets. Like, this has to fucking stop, bro. Like, don't get me wrong. I get it because there are women out there that are just cocoon and cum cabinets, but not these gladiators. Not these gladiators, bro. You're not going to go to Brittany Griner and say, shut up and dribble, you big bitch. Like, you're not. That bitch 6'8", she'll break your fucking neck, dude. Are you kidding me? Like, you just some. Listen, I'm gonna get the money and I'm gonna find my way. Even if I gotta go dance with the devil and go do a little something with the Jewish community, they're gonna give me some money. I need about 30 million. You give me 30 million, I make 30 billion in the WNBA. It's crazy. How is it not marketable? Niggas love sweaty women, even if they're gay. If they're pretty and they sweating and they cursing and they throwing bowls and booties jiggling, y'all crazy. Like, y'all are crazy. Maybe it's just me. Ain't nothing like sweaty, athletic women competing. Ain't nothing more sexier than that, bro. Shut up, bitch. Oh, fuck you, bitch. I love all that shit. Yeah, let's go. You could be at the games calling them bitches and it's legal. Man, you cooked that bitch. Yeah, that bitch. Let's go. Like, it's all important. Like, why wouldn't guys want to support that, bro? Like, are you kidding me? Like, why? Like, yo, y'all crazy. I'm just a competitive freak. So you can put me anywhere and I'm going to love it. But I'm thinking, like, just from watching the game last night and how every fan was involved emotionally, I thought that was fire because, man, these women, man, this is a dream. You get what I'm saying? Like, this is a dream. How would you feel? You work your whole life to get to the highest level, and the highest level feels lower than the college level. They flying private in college, so the universities could treat their athletes better than the professional level. What the fuck? So we got to boycott the university. They getting too much money. Like, what the fuck is going on? Where I go pro and now I got to fly fucking commercial. I just been flying private for 3-4 years in college.
Nah, that's facts.
That's crazy, but that's all I gotta say about that, man. They gonna learn. I like that shit though. And that Australian girl, what's her name? She played for the Aces. I get so mad that she's so tall because that is a different level of woman right there. Like, I'd pay, like, respectfully, like, if I become a millionaire and she innocent shit like that, I would give her 1.2. Like, niggas won't even know. Like, that's what but I would give her 1.2 to just let me just explore. Like, let me climb all the way up that beanstalk. All the way up. That's really God. I can't think of her last name, bro. If you see her, she is, oh my God. You want to talk about like a real life, like, she's a stallion, bro. She's a unicorn. She's a unicorn, bro. I'll pay her 1.2 to 1.5 most. Just to examine, like, literally examine head to toe of all 6'8". I want a lab coat on and everything. Like, damn, I'm telling you, bro. I can't think. If y'all see who I'm talking about, y'all, you gonna be like, God damn, she's so pretty, yo. It's crazy. But she's so pretty.
There's definitely, that's what I'm saying. Even the big girls are like, not like in a sense big wide, but like, you know, like tall in the sense, like, there's a couple of them that be like, damn, they cute. And you get some of those point guards that look like pretty, like excuse the phrase, but like look like a pretty bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like nails and and they just, you know what I mean, just long
No,
in this,
it's
and
mixed.
I'm just
It's
like,
mixed.
dang, like
The league,
it's
the league is
bad.
like
Like,
the league is really, really mixed with gay and straight women. So it's a lot of women that's married. Like a lot of people thought Maya Moore was gay. She married to the dude that just came home from jail. So a lot of them you don't even know. You know what I mean? Because they just playing the sport. It's just, competitiveness. They ain't really into the personal stuff. But it's like, I don't know if it's even, but I would say it's definitely closer to being even than one-sided. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of regular women that just ain't gay. They just ballers. Then you got some that was just gay their whole life because they wanted to be the best aggressive baller. So it's I think that's kind of the balance with it. But man, I'll enjoy it by myself. It just sucks because I think at some point they're gonna get paid a lot of money, but it ain't no time soon. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, because dog, that finals might have been better than the Phoenix finals. And I'm not just saying that, bro. I'm talking about competitive nature and emotion. Like I'm talking about straight, like, yo, this really means something to all of these women on the floor. Like the level of hormones and emotion that was just there, like that should have make your head explode. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was just like you start a nigga get his period sitting in one of those stands, just like, oh shit, I'm bleeding. What the fuck? This shit is crazy. Like I love it. Let me be the test dummy. I'll be right in the front row, wild and drunk, wild. I'll be on camera. I'll be on ESPN too. Wildin', they'll be like, yo, look at this fucking with a shirt on with the brand. That's the shit niggas gotta start doing low key. But let's get in. Let's move on, man. Because I could talk about these giant, beautiful fucking these avatar
Amazons,
bitches all day long. They
Amazons,
avatars. They have, yo.
Well,
Shout out to the WNBA. I love y'all ladies, man.
Shout out to them.
Shout out.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Fact.
Hopefully they get more money in the future, but stay beautiful and stay balling. That's all I can say.
And he's tall though. So if any of y'all down with, I mean, I need to get in there.
Man. I'm 6 foot.
I need a way in the WNBA circle. Real for real.
There's a couple cute little point guards. I be looking, I'm like, damn, she fine. And they be looking small too. I'm just like,
no, they do be small. The point guards be like in the five, bro. Like they be in the fives. They don't be too crazy.
Right now, her name. She got. She played for the Spark.
Oh, you talking? No, who? For the Spark?
I think she played for the Sparks. She got the nails, and she always be having a messy bun ponytail. She bad as shit. She only like that.
It was a couple.
It'd be a couple that just look just so good.
I know.
Anyway,
sexy motherfucker, boy, Skylar Diggins. Woo.
Well,
she used to date Lil Wayne, so I know I got a shot, nigga.
Right, he put her in the song.
Right.
I'm taller than Lil Wayne.
I'm taller than Lil Wayne. Well, another news, Brody, you mentioned earlier about Aaron Rodgers. It ain't really big controversy. It's more like a funny. As a fan, it's funny as hell. Like I love it. Like I told we was talking about it before, Brody. Like, I love it because that just stamped it more. Like there's gonna be now when they make another video package when it's like a Bears and Packers game, there's gonna be him saying in that video, "I own you." I wish they could put the "I fucking own you" part because that's even better. To be honest with you, but the fact they can just put "I own you" is just like that's fucking great. And to know that that's gonna be playing in our video package for the next like 10 years, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like even when we have a losing season, they're gonna be like, can the Packers finally, get that win back and get to ownership of the Bears? And you just hear Aaron Rodgers like, "I own you." Like that shit is fucking a bananas to me, dog. I love it. So we know, the game was tight, but at the end of the day, we came out with a win, and I'm happy for that. Sush, I'm gonna start with you. What you think about this whole situation, man?
Like I told you, I really love this dude. I've always loved this dude. You know what I'm saying? It's like a wild, weird. Shout out to LGBs real quick because he's the man crush. You know what I'm saying? But take that how you want to take that. Y'all better not slide in the DM because y'all know our relationship. Either way, this dude's amazing, yo. This dude, he makes me happy and sad. But at this point in his career, I really think like he's going through something different. Like I see, like, I don't want to say a midlife crisis. I don't want to say identity issues. I think this dude is just I don't even think he knows where he's at. I just think he's so fucking good at what he does, and he knows how to do it so well. But like he's becoming too random. He's becoming hazardous in a good way. Like, 'cause as long as we keep winning, I'm cool with it. But he's showing signs of somebody we really can't trust. Like he's just unraveling like an onion, like just layer by layer since all of this shit has started in the offseason. And it's like we've beat the Bears' ass for 17 years, right? Since he's been there. Since he started, 17 seasons. And we ain't even counting Favre. I'm talking about just the Aaron Rodgers, you know what I'm saying? So 17 years. At least 3 times a year. He done fucking obliterated them, right? What confuses me is why at year 17, right? That play, you go into the end zone, you score. Like, where did that come from? I feel like we're missing a link. Like, all of these times, bro, you beat them way worse than 24-14. Like, it's been times we've obliterated these niggas, and you've took the humble way out. What was the whole point of looking at those fans and saying, I fucking own you. I still fucking own y'all. Like, what was the whole, I caught it live, so I was stunned because I was like, yo, he gonna get a fucking penalty. Like, I'm hoping the ref don't see it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck? Like, he's literally like, I fucking own, yeah. Like, I think if he could grab his dick, he'd have grabbed his dick. Like, I think that, like, and to get serious, you know, but after analyzing it, you know what that's told me in a scary way? He's planning on this season probably being his last time playing the Bears.
Yep.
It is.
Yep. That's why I was
that was
y'all, because it's foreshadowing. Like, even if I leave here, I own y'all. That's what he's trying to say.
That's how I took it, and it made me just be like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
I got instantly depressed.
Not depressed, but like, damn, bro, you leaving us? Like, I get it, but damn, bro. Like, you just broke Chicago heart because they took it like they ain't even gonna know what to do without you. Like we don't even you feel what I'm saying? Like, it gets to this way where it's just like
it's like back to the Joker and shit. Like, what the fuck am I going to do?
Yeah, like how Joker used to feel. Like, it's an episode on the old cartoons, Harley Quinn, like, hey, the Bats is dead. And he's just like what?
Dead.
Like, we have so much more to do.
Right.
Like, what do you mean? And I took it as, damn, he's letting them know, like, it's going to end for y'all soon, but no, never forget that I fucking own y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all going to have some light at the end of the tunnel, hopefully. But I own y'all. And that's why I said it's just, if I was on a team right now, I don't know how they feel. I don't know. Like, we're 5-1. I'm happy. We're winning games. We're not winning them in the best fashion, but wins are wins. If we could figure out a strategic way to continue to do that in the playoffs, I don't care if we don't score 40. Just fucking win games. You feel what I'm saying? And slow teams down and us just get the one up. But I could feel like the energy is more like, yo, we got to win this year. Let's not get too emotional with him. Let's not love on him too much because a lot of guys are under contract and they're going to have to move on with Love. You know what I'm saying? A few guys are going to have to move on with Love. I think it's really business right now. And I could see, like, that statement, bro, was crazy. And that's why the world is blowing it up. He don't do that. He don't trash talk. He don't talk shit. He don't kick people in there. That's not his style. You know what I'm saying? So for him to finally, after all these seasons, to make it a point to say, like, I fucking own y'all, what we already knew, what they already knew, I feel like that was for a reason. It wasn't just heat of the moment. It wasn't just a game-winning drive. It was this might be the last time y'all see me. Don't you ever fucking forget. You get what I'm saying? And that's how I took it. So I think he's playing sucker to catch a sucker. There's no way to figure him out. And we're going to have to really watch how this unfolds. This is the Tom Brady New England situation on steroids, I believe. And we're going to have to watch it unfold. We're really I think he could win a Super Bowl this year and be like, I love y'all. I paid my debt. I'm leaving. Like, I think it could still be that. Like, I think he can win one. He can hold it up and he can say, I still went out. You know what I'm saying? And I'd rather it that way than us not get it and he thinks it's okay just to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's going to hurt me more. If you get one and you say I'm going, cool. I could sacrifice another 5 seasons for Love. I just got one. You get what I'm saying? I just got one. I'm cool with it. your services was appreciated, and I beat it. But the end of Aaron Rodgers in the lovely, lovely Lambeau Field in the great city of Green Bay, Wisconsin, is unfortunately coming to an end before our eyes. And I think it's time we accept it as fans. Hey, we got to accept it now. We're going into week 7. We just got to accept it now.
Well, I won't lie to you. I won't lie. I accepted it. I accepted it. I don't like Love. Everybody knows how I feel about Love. I cannot. I'm not for it. I was never for it. I was never with it. When they drafted him and knowing that we needed something else in that first round that we could have got the linebacker of the future. We could have got another wide receiver that could have been worth it. We could have got
like CeeDee Lamb. We could have got some receivers.
We could have got somebody or anybody that would have been way better who could have got us to where we need to go right now if we would have just pulled the trigger. And it kills me, but I accept it. It is what it is. I don't like it. I hate it. I hate it so fucking much. I hate it. And it is what it is, but the Love show is going to start. And when it starts, I got to still be there with my jersey, with my head, with my head looking down, sad as shit, because I know we about to have the most rotten motherfucking time of our lives. I don't see it, bro.
I don't know. Listen, one thing I know about our organization, not to cut you off, our organization is a football quarterback factory, bro. Like, we're a factory, bro. We know how to scout, man. They never let us down. Like, let's keep it real. We have not been let down, bro. We got 3 Hall of Famers, bro. Barstar, Brett Favre, and Aaron Rodgers. Like, they've gotten it right on multiple decades, multiple times. I mean, like, so I trust that maybe the front office and LaFleur, my boy LaFleur, they was just like, yo, we can't pass up on this kid. You get what I mean? I'm hoping it was like, yo, we'll regret it if we don't grab this kid. That's how I feel. I think Love is going to shock us. Like, Aaron Rodgers was way better in college. Let's not get it fucked up. But we could not foresee that he would have been he's arguably the best quarterback to ever play. Like talent-wise, he's arguably the best quarterback to ever play. You know what I'm saying? We didn't think that. And look, Favre had to leave because we had to let this young man get reps. It's happening before our eyes again. Like, it's deja vu. We watched this happen. We lived through this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we remember Favre going to Vikings. And we remembered the saga of all of this happening. So I believe we're living it again. And I trust that Jordan Love. Listen, if Jordan Love is half of what Aaron Rodgers is, we get another Super Bowl, eh? Like, if he's half of what he is, we get another Super Bowl. I'm cool with it.
So I'm gonna have to be Ace Bayless right now. You feel me? And I'm gonna have to break it down real quick. All right, so right, you're halfway. You're right on most things. Yes, did we go through this with Favre? Yes, we did. Was it time to do this with Favre? Yes, it was. Only because at that time Favre was throwing so much interceptions, even though he was throwing touchdowns. But physically, we didn't know how long he could take. The man, don't get me wrong, he still took beatings and didn't have an ending career injury is amazing to me, because the man would get up, still go to the defensive lineman and say, "Who hit me?" He would go to him, "Who hit me?" He'd be like, "I did." He'd be like, "Hit me harder next time." Like, this is a country-bred white boy who really wanted to get hit. So it's like, after a while, you got to understand, he was getting older. So it was time to pull that trigger. Now, flash forward, we're in an era where Aaron Rodgers hasn't made a mistake since God knows how long. I mean, let's put it this way. Aaron Rodgers makes mistakes, but they're very minimal. His mistakes are literally backup quarterbacks, like, careers. You know what I'm saying? Like, TD touchdowns.
He's had one bad season, if you really want to be technical, our 6-10 season when we were injured. That was his whole fucking starting career.
Right. Ever since then, he's thrown literally probably 4 interceptions or less. You know what I'm saying? With multiple crazy touchdowns. Even his bad season just recently was 2 seasons ago. Technically, his bad season, even if it wasn't bad, it was perfect. It was just the only thing that didn't make it look great as like, oh, he's supposed to be the best thing, was the fact that he only threw, I think, 23 touchdowns, if I'm not mistaken, with 4 interceptions. People overlooked the receptions part. They only looked at the fact that it was only 23 interceptions, and this is Aaron Rodgers. How can this be? No, the man still threw for almost over 4,000 yards, had a perfect QBR rating technically because he only threw for 4 interceptions. So, and what he's working with. Now, you still have another year after that where he shows up again, becomes MVP, and that year you still get this quarterback knowing that he's not done. You get the quarterback of the year that you say is a bad year, but really was a decent, good year for him because he did what he had with which was nothing. He only had with Adams. Jones was still coming into play in a sense. So, and our defense wasn't there. So at the end of the day, what would you do if you know you have literally the next like best thing since Tom Brady, because Tom Brady will go down as like the best quarterback just because of the rings. But I always said if I had to choose out of the talent, Aaron Rodgers is more talented than Tom Brady, in my opinion. So knowing that, if I feel like that, knowing that this is what we have, why am I not drafting talented players that we can get to for him to get us there? He could get, he took us to the NFC Championships 4 times, and every time we went, the fact that we couldn't even grab something that could help us over the hunt kills me. We gave our first draft pick one year to get Kevin King in the second round. Why? I do not know.
Yo, you and Kevin King got to do a boxing match, but fuck you and Supreme Patty. Because you got too much shit to talk about Kevin King, dog. He ain't going to like your motherfucking ass.
First year with him was all right. I didn't mind it. But then once we got Jair, and then it was just like, bro, okay, we got Jair. And he's doing way better than him. And this dude's supposed to be the fastest, tallest, and all this stuff in that draft class of that year when we got him.
Jair was a steal Hall of Famer, bro. Oh, my God.
Jair's a different breed. You know what I'm saying? And not to trash talk, but get to the point I'm making is that the reason why I don't trust Love, right? And the reason why I say it was stupid to draft him was that we had a quarterback that was waiting for them and putting inputs to them every year. Why don't we get this player? Why don't we get that player? Yo, I seen these guys train. They be working with my agent, you know what I'm saying, or working with near my trainers or whatever the case may be. These kids is good. This guy's good. Let's pick him up. I want this guy. Didn't get nobody he wanted until literally one year they gave him the Mercedes Lewis after he was ready in his 12th year or whatever. And Rodgers was like, I'll take it, but I wanted him 4 or 5 years ago. Saying. So my point is, like I said, how can you draft a quarterback who, in my opinion, if you watch his college highlights, the kid, people keep saying, oh, well, he had no one to throw to. I could get that, but even then, that just proves my point that you're just a regular quarterback at that point. Because a real true quarterback, a next level quarterback, man, I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said, gotta be the next. He's got to show those Aaron Rodgers tendencies, those Tom Brady tendencies, those Joe Montana tendencies. You know what I'm saying? They can't be just no regular kid who threw for 14 touchdowns, I think it was in his college year or something like that, or a little bit over than that, and all these interceptions. Like, no, like, and you think he's the best thing? I don't see it. The kid's accuracy is below average, in my opinion. I think his deep ball is decent, but he throws it up on a limb. He just throws it up and hopes for the best. It's not really like more like it's, to me, I call it lucky accuracy because like the last 2 preseason games I saw him playing, when he threw the one ball up, I was like, why he threw that? It was double coverage. I even saw that. I was like, that's double coverage. Why would you throw that? It's stupid. And it just tells me, like, the reason why I don't think he's the next best thing is that as soon as we draft him, the football gods that blessed us, like you said, with the Bart Starr and the Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, man, the gods, it wasn't our organization. It was the football gods, bro. The football gods blessed us with these guys. And we smacked them in the face when we said, well, we got Aaron Rodgers, but we're going to take Jordan Love to replace this guy. And you know what football guy said? Man, I'm cursing y'all because I'm going to be real with you. And once he starts, I see, and I tell you, man, I will bite my words, bro. I will bite my words. I'll do whatever it is you want me to do. I will bite my words, bro. If he turns out to be this great quarterback, the next Aaron Rodgers, listen, I will bite my words and whatever it is, I'll do it. But I tell you this, I don't see it. I don't see it, bro. I don't see it.
Hold on, Brody. Give me 2 minutes, please. Not even 2 minutes. Now, listen, man. I didn't want to have to do this because, like I said, when I started my soliloquy, I love Aaron Rodgers, bro, like unconditionally. But one thing I love more than Aaron Rodgers is my organization. Period. I love my organization more than Aaron Rodgers. And this is what we've settled for. And this is what we've had to deal with for the past 7 years out of 17 seasons. Okay, so let me start from the beginning. Aaron Rodgers was getting drunk nonstop for the past 6 seasons, coming to games hungover, coming to games off scotch and shots of whiskey and all this types of shit. Got Danica Patrick in fucking Green Bay catching DUIs, doing burnouts and donuts. This dude grows his fucking hair, his beard, his eyebrows, fucking flip-flops, all state this, all state that. Why do they want to sit there and entertain his opinion on anything when they're already letting him get drunk, letting him get DUIs, evading suspensions, evading fines, covering up all of his mess because he be in Green Bay wilding. Like, let's not even fucking he be in Green Bay. What the Roger family, they run Green Bay. They from California. So you got a bunch of California beach motherfuckers tearing up Green Bay for the past 17 years. Tearing it up. I'm talking about the nigga be with Giannis getting drunk. They be barbecuing in the middle of the street. They be smoking weed, breaking windows. I'm not paraphrasing at all. At all. So now this dude finally sobers up a little bit, gets a new woman and a fiance who's on her shit, who's brought him back to reality. I love her. Brought him back to reality. Now he's back to reality. And now he's starting to realize everything he let transpire around him because he was fucking muddied up. So I'm sick of him pointing fingers at an organization who let you do what you want. And now that you realize it's not really what you wanted because you was having way too much fucking fun, it's everybody's fault. We had to draft a quarterback. We didn't know if you was going to have fucking liver failure. We didn't know if you was going to crash your fucking motorcycle into a fucking blizzard or a big-ass ice chunk in Wisconsin. We didn't know if you was going to beat Danica Patrick the fuck up because she got 2 or 3 DUIs in the city of Green Bay. So my whole thing was thinking as the GM, I have to plan for the future because maybe this dude don't care no more. We didn't know. It ain't our fault you had 2 questionable seasons back-to-back. So we start panicking thinking, shit, is this affecting him? Not once did anybody come out public and scrutinize you, even though majority of the fans in those groups and in those secret chats know what's going on. I've watched you be drunk as hell and play football. Like I've watched you come off a hangover and be slizzy, thinking you ready to go out there and throw 403 TDs. So he need to accept accountability for the past 4 or 5 years living on that high horse, being the best ever, doing what he wanted to do, fucking a rock star car driver, terrorizing the city of Milwaukee, terrorizing it. Because you got to think about it. He brought a ring there. You get what I'm saying? He brought that shit there. Now Giannis and them put some pressure on us and on him. Like, okay, the Bucks got one. You need another one, bro. Because we letting you do what you want. So I get it. And I love him. And it's sad that they didn't listen to him. But we don't know if they did or not. We don't know if he making it. The nigga was drunk, 4 years. Like 4 years, bro. At NASCAR games. You at fucking the fucking Owen. And I mean not fuck Dale Jr. and all these motherfuckers. And then you think you just like, come on, man. Cut it out. I love you, but we had no choice, bro. Like, you think we wanted to get a quarterback? No. But you be slizzy, bro. Look at you. You showed up to training camp with a man bun, a gray beard, and open-toe chancletas in Green Bay, Wisconsin. You had open-toe chancletas. You don't give a... You care. But you don't give a fuck. It's a difference. He cares. He don't give a fuck. He don't owe them shit. He does what he wants there. It's not a challenge. He's not listening. He's not taking constructive criticism. He's above that, bro. He owns that city. Like, he does own it. And I think you get to a point in your career where you need to see something new. And it's easier for him to push blame on the obvious rather than just saying, yo, I done fucked Frosty. I done fucked the reindeer. I done had Queen Elizabeth and all the chaps and the blokes in my backyard ice skating. I'm just trying to go to the beach now. I'm old. I'm in my 40. I'm trying to go to the beach. I'd rather that than you sit there and point fingers at shit that you was kind of in control of, bro. You was, bro. Like, you can go in that office anytime and say, this is what I want, y'all give it to me. I'm not resigning. And niggas that did whatever you said. You was drunk having fun with the weapons you had. I get it, bro. I get it. But cut the sob story shit out, dude. I've watched you be drunk and throw seasons because you was just depressed with your relationship. You feel what I'm saying? Your personal relationship with your woman who dragged you down. So we had to go through it with you. And now you got a church woman, and you all like, y'all didn't support me and love me. You know, God's been in my corner too. Oh my God, nigga. Jack Daniel been in your corner, nigga.
Yeah, but you still gotta look at the years where he, you know, all right. So look at after the Super Bowl. And my bad, bro. We're gonna let you speak. My bad. I just gotta add on some shit. Is
This
that like,
passionate, bro. This passionate.
because honestly, I would.
See,
What happened?
no, shit. I was saying that's y'all team, so I get it.
Right, because I get what you're saying, and like, I mean, whether that's true or not, I never heard no stuff about that. But if you know that's just true, hey, I don't. Hey, if it's true, that's crazy. It's crazy. But I'm gonna say this, like, you guys, like, I'm just talking with just football, the football itself. Like, you know, even after the Super Bowl, when we had games when we played against, you know, Kaepernick, you know what I'm saying, and the 49ers, bro. Come on, look, Rodgers played great that whole season. He played great that game in a sense. What killed us was what? Our run defense. Why couldn't we get why couldn't we get no run help? We had money at the.
Why he wait 10 years after that to say something?
Yeah, but because you gotta think about it, when you're under contract, still in your prime, you don't want to, you know, put that type of, you know, cloud over you.
You don't, but niggas do all the time, bro. Like,
yeah,
like,
but look how made them successful after that. How many times
but he's different though. Like, regardless, he's been the best he's been the second best quarterback in the NFL for over a decade.
But you gotta think about it, he had his problems too when he was in college. Remember, he was controversial too. He was very outspoken. Remember, he said, you know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta think about that. Now you're in contract getting paid, and they telling you, yo, the one thing you need to do is shut the fuck up. Right, and you probably, as I say, you're most likely right. I don't know, but what I do know is that when the man is speaking football and he's playing on that field and he's giving like great stats to where we're making to the NFC Championship and we're losing, and at half the time we're not losing because of him. We're losing because of defense. We're losing because guys are dropping the ball. You know what I'm saying, on offense, or we didn't have a run game. Like it was always something that really didn't point to him. It just pointed to the organization itself, saying, "Yo, let's pick up somebody in the free agency for once. Someone that's worth something." You know, if people be passed up on a free agency, but we could have got probably for a decent amount of money and helped us get to the hump, over that hump to get to the Super Bowl. Come on, like in the draft, the same thing. It's like, I'm glad we got like Kenny Clark. I'm glad we got, like, now, like I said, I hope Jalen Smith steps up to be that guy, because honestly, Campbell's a fucking beast. I love it. I love how he's playing. You know, I love that we got, and I hope we resign him for at least 3 more years. If we can get him for 3 more years, I'm happy with that. And because by then we should be able to draft another linebacker next year, hopefully, and let's work with that. You know, and maybe even a fucking DN, because honestly, I'm tired of Lowry Dean Lowry. He all right, but he's not doing what he needs to be doing sometimes. Sometimes I be seeing him miss tackles, or he be getting pancaked and shit. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, point is, we should have got weapons, man. There's no excuse why, as an organization, we couldn't get the weapons we needed. And if, let's say, if he did go to them and actually like, yo, let's get these guys, and they didn't do it, shame on them, man. Because I feel as though if he would have got what he wanted, or we would have got the help that we needed to get for the organization, I guarantee you, bro, we would have got at least 2 more to 3 more Super Bowl ones under our belt, bro. At least. You know what I mean? And if not, at the very least, 1 more. We would have got at least 1 more. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, if we would have beat Kaepernick and them boys, we would have probably beat the Ravens that year, I think. I'm going to be real with you.
We could have.
You know what I mean? So, like, that would have been 1 right there. All we needed was the run defense that year. So, I mean, not to drag it on, and like I said, Brody, want that you speak. My bad, taking the floor like that. But that's just, like I said, you're not wrong what you're saying, but I just feel as though with that type of situation, man, the organization was, if they've dropped the ball, they gotta admit they dropped the ball, and I understand why not coming out until 10 years later, because fuck, you're at the end of your contract anyway. You're unhappy now because you didn't get what you want, so you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But Brody, what you feel is this?
I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because I think y'all covered everything. But I'm gonna say that I gotta blame, and I fuck with the Packers organization, but I gotta look at it on the sense that it's kind of their fault. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the leader of the team, but he's been doing what he's supposed to do for the last 17 years. He's got less than 40 interceptions in a 17-year season career. He's thrown multiple thousand. He's got all the records. He's done all the accolades. Got a perfect QB rating for a whole career. I think that what they did wrong was that when they had good players on defense, like they had a defensive line, they had Clay Matthews and those, they didn't start seeing their time when they needed to let them go in time, and they didn't start picking up pieces then. They needed to start picking up pieces when they started knowing they was going to let go of the Clay Matthews and their receivers start getting hurt and all that. That's when they needed to start picking up. Because they had offense for years too. They was a little spoiled. It was a couple years where they had the team that could have won the Super Bowl and they didn't then. But it was a couple years. So, but I think the office knew, like the front office knew, man, we need some players around Aaron Rodgers. He's getting fucking frustrated. He's tired, man. He's been doing consistently what no other quarterback has been able to do as far as stats for the last 15 years. And he ain't really had good offensive help for the last 5 years. So I think that, he would have been frustrated. And to your point where you was talking about, I know his backstory. I know he's been wilding with Daniel Patrick and be drunk at her car races, and I know he be wilding. But look at the position like the Steelers that gave all their faith in the Ben. No matter what he did, he been out here with little girls and car accidents. I think that Aaron Rodgers at least deserve that.
Yeah, nah, you right. Yeah.
So, if the niggas telling me like, yeah, bro, let's get this fucking dude who I saw train in this training camp, and this nigga's nice, and we could probably get him, and you tell me, nah, we're gonna get like this other nigga who's not gonna make our fucking training camp, who's gonna spend about $600,000 for nothing, and then we're gonna let you do what you do for the whole season. How about that? Like, come on, man. It sucks to know that we didn't get to know that we didn't get a skilled first round draft. But you know how long we haven't got one? Since him. And you know who we spending it on? On J-Lo.
J-Lo, man. J-Lo he that next dude, man. Porn star Jimmy. Let's go.
I don't see it, bro. I don't see it. And the fact that, like, the reason why we did, and the reason why we got spoiled and you know why we got spoiled and blessed was because the football guys, once again, was like, listen, man, Jordy Nelson ain't a first round draft pick, but he's a future Hall of Famer. Here you go. We got him in the second, third round for a steal, bro. Look how he turned. He's a future Hall of Famer, bro. No doubt about it. I don't care what anybody.
Jordy a bad motherfucker.
Jordy was a bad motherfucker, bro. I don't care what anybody say. You know what I mean? You know, then you got to think about like even guys like James Jones, who were a 5th round, 4th round draft pick. Did his thing. Greg Jennings, 3rd round draft pick, I believe, or 4th round draft pick, did his thing. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these are players that were nobodies, and Aaron put them to be somebody when they're on that team. You feel what I'm saying? And you telling me we waited all these years and we finally use a first round draft pick on a skill position, and we get somebody to say, yeah, we're gonna just replace you instead of just getting you players to help you. Like, it's just a smack in the face, bro. It's a smack in the face because honestly, I feel as though if you would have given what he wanted, he would have probably stood until he retired, bro.
I agree, but fuck him.
Now I feel like, and I don't want you to think I'm over. I don't want you to think it. I don't respect or put him over.
No, I love him either. I love him, but it's like I loved a lot of whores in my life, and at some point when they want to go and they don't want me to love them no more, fuck them, man. All right, yeah, he want to leave. I gotta stay. He want to go. Fuck him. It is what it is.
That's fact. But that's why I said when the J-Lo show starts, I'm gonna be there.
Put some respect on his name. That's porn star J-Lo, nigga. That's porn star Jordan, nigga.
When the J-Lo show starts, I'm gonna be there.
Tiana Trump gonna be at the games, nigga. Watch this.
With my jersey like this.
Porn star Jordan, let's go.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna be like that guy. You ever saw the movie Major Leagues?
Major Leagues.
All right, that's my shit right away. So remember the guy when he's talking shit about Wild Thing? He's like, Wild Thing, you suck. And all the other shit, like when he was shitting. That's gonna be me. And then when J-Lo finally show up, I'm like, he's here. He's the mighty bucket. He is the red rocket.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
watch. J-Lo can put some work in. J-Lo gonna put some work in, man. Watch.
He's gonna be my Wild Thing, you know what I mean? Wild Thing.
He gonna be the whole organization. What? All he gotta do once he start ripping and running, watch. You know how the fans are. Everybody gonna run with him. Like, fuck it, let's go.
I hope, man. I really do hope. As a fan, I really do hope because I don't want to, I don't want to stay on this too long. But yeah, I really do hope, man. At the end of the day, I pray for the best, but I don't see the best. I don't. I just don't, man. I'm sorry.
But that's
But
good because usually, man, the doubt is what make niggas shine. So he need all that doubt because he got a big shoes to fill. He got a
I
big
want
organization to run. So
right, and I want to be proven wrong. I do, but I just don't see it, man. I don't see it. But in other news this week, we had Week 6 football, man. We saw some good games. We definitely saw some good games. Um, the one surprising game, I'm gonna be honest with you, was the Ravens and Chargers. That was kind of fucking crazy to see. Um, being that I don't know just knowing that what happened in that game with the score alone was, I believe, 34, and I'm trying to find it. Not Chargers. What is it? Chargers? My bad. Who they played again? I'm bugging. Ravens and Week 6. No, that's Week 5. Bugging. All right.
I
Yeah,
thought
they
it
did
was.
play. Okay. Yeah, it was. It was. My bad. I was gonna say I was on Week 5.
Yes, the Chargers.
Yeah, it was Chargers and Ravens. Yeah, 6-34 was the score. It's crazy to see that kind of stuff. I mean, Herbert was not playing what he usually does. He did 195, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. I believe Lamar Jackson, on the other hand, he didn't do too well neither. It was really a defensive game at one point, but then they just started taking off. You know, once the Ravens start running the ball more and just, you got Devontae Freeman now, Le'Veon Bell, Le'Veon Bell, excuse me, Latavius Murray. You know what I mean? Like, you got guys that run the ball. So, and all those guys I just named pretty much got a touchdown. Look, Bell got a touchdown, Murray got a touchdown, Freeman got a touchdown. Lamar threw for 1 touchdown for 167 with 2 interceptions. So that wasn't, like I said, he didn't have much of a great game. But I'm pretty sure defensively is what did everything in a sense for this whole game for us. But what do you guys take on this game?
Go ahead, bro. You started off.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I was one of the ones that picked the Chargers to win just because how Herbert's been playing. But obviously I'm eating my words on that. The Ravens, like you said, it was a defensive game. The Ravens are defensive oriented. The whole organization's been like that since they existed. They always been dogs on defense. Doesn't matter what guys they put out there, they're going to figure out how to make them a fierce defense. And that's what happened this past game. And like you said, the running game is bananas. Even if Lamar ain't having a good game, it puts the fear in your heart of them other guys going out there and running the ball all on y'all. So, the Chargers really wasn't prepared for the running game, obviously. I definitely didn't think it was going to be a blowout like that. They didn't even score a touchdown. That's crazy. But I think he's going to come back. Herbert's going to come back next game and have a good game. He was due for a bad one. So I think that, and man, Lamar, man, even though they didn't have a good game, man, I think he's an MVP candidate coming up this season, man. That's just my opinion.
Agreed. Sushi?
All right, so if y'all remember last week, I was talking about Lamar Jackson and the Ravens and what my expectations was. He's just proving me right. With that type of game that he had, he did exactly what I said he needed to do to take it to the next level. He's becoming a leader. He's becoming a leader of that team through good and bad, and he's finding a way to stay poised. The defense had a great game. Like poor Justin Herbert wasn't prepared. I don't think they expected the defense to really come out that way. I don't even think the Ravens did, to be honest. Like, they were just on everything. They were all over the ball. They wasn't going off sides. They were legitimately on top of everything. And it was kind of crazy. It was kind of like wild to watch at some points because I was kind of like, what is going on? Like, you almost want to question the offensive play calling, but at the same exact time, guys were just on their mark. Like, legitimately, guys were just really, really on their mark. But Lamar Jackson, man, to your point, Brody, Lamar Jackson should be an MVP candidate. I think he's leading his team on the next level, and I think they got a strong shot to win the Super Bowl. Now, once again, Lamar Jackson doesn't have to be Aaron, Tom, Pat, none of these guys. See, he has to be exactly who he is, and he has to accept accountability, and they found a way to win that game. All right, the pass wasn't working. You threw 2 picks. But now we're going to bring in all the dogs we got at running, and we're just going to drill it down, tire them out, and see if it works. And in their favor, it worked. But the Ravens are stacked. They have a lot to do personnel-wise. Like, they can constantly ship it and shake it and move it all around. And I think that makes them a strong contender because think about it. There ain't many teams right now that's 100% healthy that can just be able to rotate the way that the Ravens are just rotating. Their quarterback only threw for 160-something, had 2 interceptions and 1 touchdown on the ground. That's shitty. That's losing numbers. But they scored 36 points. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they found a way to lead the team to a victory. That's what wins Super Bowls, man. That's what great quarterbacks do. They find a way to be like, all right, I'm having an off game, but what can I do to get everybody around me to have a better game? So I'm proud of Lamar. And if I had to pray to the if I had to pray to the football guys right now, I would pray, get the Ravens out of the AFC and get my Packers out the NFC, because we'll fucking cook them in the Super Bowl. You understand what I'm saying? That's where my mind is. Even though their defense is good, they ain't going to be able to fuck with us, because I see the holes in them. But I see that they're probably the best team in the AFC right now, bar none. Like, and it shows you how wounded the AFC is right now this season. A lot of injuries, a lot of personnel issues with a lot of the contending teams. Like, it's wide open for Baltimore or Bills Mafia. Like, it's wide open right now. You know what I mean? For a team to just make that run. So, yeah, I was shocked that they trashed them, though. Like, because I had the Chargers being a sleeper. You know what I mean? Like, the Chargers are really, really dope all across the board, but the Ravens kind of just, like, punched them in the face and did not give them an option to regroup at all after that. So, yeah, man, that was crazy. That was fucking nuts.
It was a crazy game. I mean, both both players didn't play too well. Like I said, Lamar had two interceptions. That was crazy. I see, like, damn, 2 interceptions, the one at touchdown. You know, no running touchdown, but he got yards. You know, he's going to utilize himself in the run game. That's like, you know, any running quarterback is going to still run in the run game. But to see, like, Devonta Freeman come back and get a touchdown for 9 carries, 53 yards.
Bro,
you know,
they got Freeman and Bell. Niggas
they
are
got
fucked
Freeman.
up. Niggas are fucked up, bro.
They got Murray and shit, or Murray, or however you want to say his last name.
Yeah, don't be shocked if they grab Todd Gurley. Like, they on to something different right now. They on to something totally different, and that could work.
Yeah. Well, I laughed because, like, I heard one of the sportcasters, and I'd take his turn, but it was funny. He was just like, yeah, if you're an old school running back right now that's like looking for a team to rejuvenate yourself, come on down to Baltimore. We got a position for you in running back. And bro, it's looking like they picked up Freeman, they picked up fucking Bell, they picked up, you know what I mean? Like, they're picking up players left and right. So it's like, it's kind of funny to see that happen, but it's kind of cool because it's like, damn, some of these guys are actually might be, could be restarting their career maybe for another season. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, or it could be their last year. Either way, it's good to see them one good time. You know what I mean?
I think Le'Veon still got something in the tank. I think that was a good situation for him. I think the Chiefs was bad because it's only one ball. You understand what I'm saying? So he's in a situation now where he's going to get the ball and get touches way more than he was going to do in Kansas City. So I think he's in a good space for him. And I think they need to utilize halfback screens and different type of screenplay. You got running backs. You can't throw that good, Lamar. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? So throw that shit close to your running backs. You know what I mean? Like, you got so many dudes that can run the ball. You better start throwing them little screen passes and them little flea flickers, you know what I'm saying, and get everybody to block. Mm-hmm. But I like what they got going on, man. It's spooky right now, but I like what they're going.
So this week with the Patriots and Cowboys game, that was kind of sick. OT at that. I ain't gonna lie, I did not expect them to take them to overtime. Dak threw for 45 yards, 3 touchdowns, and also had a fumble, lost in his favor on the goal line. He tried to go for a goal line dive, and he smacked that shit out of his hands. It was kind of funny, but it was like, damn, I got Dak in my fantasy right now. So, but he dropped me some points, so that was good to see. But they once again, their run game kind of was the downfall a little bit in a sense. I mean, they ran Zeke 17 times with 69 rushing yards, no touchdowns. Pollard with 10 carries, 41 yards, no touchdowns. So the run game was just not there in a sense.
Season has been suspect off for them the whole season.
Yeah, to be honest, that's the fact. I mean, even though Zeke had, I think, the last couple of weeks, he even had some good games. I think I'd say the last 2 weeks in a sense. I know in fantasy he definitely dropped some points, but yeah, in general they're not really doing the best. I mean, to be honest with you, and a lot of people might disagree when I say this, but I feel like Pollard, man. I feel like Pollard's their guy. I don't know why, but I really feel like Pollard's their running back, bro, because Zeke is just he's not, even though I don't know if you watched the Hard Knock stuff this season with them and shit, but like he had a couple episodes where he was just bursting, and when he was running the ball, he was just bursting out the holes and stuff like that. But it was just like, I ain't seeing that right now with the Zeke. I'm seeing just this regular, just this regular running back. That's how I look at him now. Like he don't seem like he's like. And if, for granted, we were wrong, the Patriots' run defense is really good. It's not like they're a bad defense, but still, like if you're supposed to be this high-paid running back, that's supposed to be this guy that's feed the beast type dude, and you barely getting truck sticks off, bro. Like you barely juking, you barely missing, barely you missing your tackles and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just crazy. And then I don't know, it just doesn't seem right. But you got Pollard, who's a smaller back, faster back in my opinion. But his explosiveness when he gets open, he's just like he's running hard. He's running through the holes. Like I don't know.
He's hungry. He's not.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's definitely more hungrier. I agree. He's more hungrier. Even though the stats may say, oh well, he's getting less carries. But look at his carries. Look at this, right? Look at the average, right? 17 carries for Zeke with 69 yards. Yo, there you are. We can hear you, but we don't see you. It says you joined though, but we can hear you. Hello?
Ah, man.
He's going through that problem again. Yeah. And they just left.
Who did he?
You.
Yo, bro, you can hear us? You can hear us, bro?
He can probably hear us, but we can't hear him. It was like the same as last time. Wherever you was at in that last building, that's where you need to be at again.
Right. They got the bump over there.
Right, they got the best signal over there. But yeah, you're right. I think he's just hungrier. He's definitely more hungry because look at the average. Zeke had the 17 carries with 69 yards for 41 average, 41 pretty much 4.1 yards a carry. Tony Pollard had 7 less carries pretty much, which is with 10, and he had 41 yards, and he still averaged the same thing, 4.1 yards per carry. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like he's putting the same productive work as you with less carries. So imagine if you actually feed him more, what's going to happen? The kid's going to start fucking breaking 100 yards. You know what I'm saying? The kid's going to actually start, even if it's just total 100 yards, you put him because he can catch the ball.
Right.
So it's crazy because, and even then, like you got with the passing game, they don't really need him. But if they did, it's great because you still got CeeDee Lamb. It's going to give him the option to throw to him at all times. Dak, throw to Pollard. You.
Yeah, I think that was a great game, man. I think Dak really is up there in the MVP conversation too. He can throw 400 yards every single game. He might throw 1 interception in the game, but who cares when you threw for 404 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns, or it's regular. So that was a regular game for him. I really hate to admit it because I'm an Eagles fan, but I think that they're in that conversation of making it into the NFC, the finals, the championship for the NFC. I can see them playing y'all. I can really see them playing y'all in the NFC championship. So that's my prediction. I think that would be great to see Aaron Rodgers battle out with Dak just because like it's going to be gunslinging. It's just going to be crazy. So that's what I predict. But as far as that game, the Patriots made me a little bit proud. Not that I'm a Patriots fan. I'm a Tom Brady fan, and that makes me inherently a Patriots supporter, I'll say. But just as bad as they've been this season, to have played that well against the Cowboys, who I think are an elite team this season, I really got to admit it. It was good to see. They put up a hell of a fight. They took it to OT, even though Dak was firing on all cylinders. So I think that was an amazing game. Obviously, it didn't come out with the win, and it's probably heartbreaking for them thinking that they could beat an elite team. But it is what it is. The Cowboys showed they could win in the tough situations. They could win in OT. So I think that just proves and solidifies even further. Even though it was a tough game, they shouldn't have had so much struggle with the Patriots. The fact that they won in OT and didn't lose this game shows that they know how to win when it's tight. So,
yeah, yes, that's a fact, man. Because truthfully, I'm a Green Bay fan, but honestly, to see someone like CeeDee Lamb who getting 9 receptions and probably I don't really say the targets here, but I'm pretty sure his targets is probably like at least the same amount, probably 9 for 9 or at least a 12 for 9 or something like that. because he gets the ball more than a Cooper, in my opinion. So he's definitely their number one receiver. But he's getting 9 receptions in this game with 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. One of them being the game-winning touchdown in overtime. So it's crazy to know like you got that guy, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't want to see Kevin King sticking him. You know what I'm saying? Like at that point, we need Jair back. If we play against them in the NFC Championship, we're gonna need Jair back for that game because he needs to stick him while Stokes stick Cooper. And you let King play in the slot or do whatever he does, I guess, good. Whatever he does good, you put him in, and that's that. Because if we do play them in NFC, it will be a tough game. I'll admit it will be a tough game, especially if Dak's throwing these type of numbers, 36 for 51, 445, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception, and your run game, combined, they put up, 100 yards in a sense, or almost 100 yards. But still, no really help too much there. So, and then your defense shows up. You got Diggs that's playing 5 tackles, 0 assists with 1 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Michael Parsons with 3 tackles. Week 7 this week. It's gonna be a couple good games, I think. Not too many. Not too many that I see right now. Especially after last week was the last 2 games. So we're gonna start off with the Thursday night game this week. We have Broncos against the Browns. In my opinion, I guess I'm gonna have to say truthfully the Browns just because they're playing good, but that depends if Baker is healthy because he did take a shot this week's game with a pretty bad shot. I don't know if it was his shoulder or it was like his chest or something of that area. Something happened. He got hit pretty bad. But if he does come back, I see them winning. If they doesn't come back, then more than likely Broncos should have this game in the bag. For you fantasy owners out there, I would definitely say, look into it by week. What is week 13? It's Thursday's game, so you definitely need to find out by week. Not say week. I'm sorry. By day Wednesday, I would say. Hopefully they should give you some type of status news because they got to know by then if he's ready to go. Especially even though they're the home team, they need to figure that out. But regardless, you should have starting this week. You should have Chubb's coming back. You still got Kareem Hunt. You have him on your fantasy squad. Definitely start him because that Broncos defense is not that good, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, Surtain is playing decent, but their front 7, unless Von Miller is doing his thing, their front 7 is really, in my opinion, that good. But you.
And there you go.
There you go. I miss you so. I'm about to put that in the little sequence. But my opinion, like I said, I already gave you my little status on it. What do you think, man? Who you got in that game? Broncos, Browns.
It depends on Baker Mayfield, like you said. If Baker Mayfield is playing, then they got a good shot of winning. I mean, the Browns have been really consistent this season. I think it's a little bit disrespectful because we keep talking about Super Bowl contenders, and they're not really one of them just because of their back history, but they're really playing well. The Broncos are average. They're not looking too bad, but I don't really think they're a better team than the Browns. It's always any given Sunday, anybody can win, but if the starting QB is playing for the Browns, I see the Browns taking it pretty easy.
Same. Next game will be the 1:00 games after that. So we have a couple of decent ones. Honestly, the 1:00 games are it's only going to be, honestly, in my opinion, maybe possibly 3 games, give or take. I say 3 games. Pretty much that's pretty much all of them if you think about it. But there's actually 3 more. But those other 3 games ain't going to matter too much. But I'm going to start off with the Chiefs and the Titans. That's one of the games I think it's going to be, I guess, a decent game. Just because King Henry should be able to eat, and it's always going to be fun to see him just plow through people and stiff arm people. Oh, yeah. Because the Chiefs defense is gaga. I mean, no offense.
Wait.
What'd you say?
I said, yeah, their defense is garbage, and the run defense is exceptionally garbage.
Yes, and with King Henry in that game, if you have him on your fantasy team, I mean, you shouldn't be putting him on the bench anyway. I mean, he should be starting every week unless he's on a bye week. But yeah, other than that, yeah, he should be starting in your team every week because especially this week, given that run defense being the way it is, and their defense in general being the way it is it's going to be fun to just watch him, see him do his thing. But it still should be a high scoring game because honestly, their defense on the Titans side ain't that good neither. So
That's true.
Mahomes should have,
Yeah.
some type of comeback game in a sense with this one a little bit. Maybe not too crazy, but I could at least see him at least throwing for like 350 at the very least, 370, possibly a 400 game if he's just stays accurate and gets the protection he needs because his fucking line is not really helping too much. But then again, him throwing stupid balls instead of just taking the fucking sack is not helping either. But
At all.
at all. But in my opinion, I've had to choose between the two teams. Honestly, just because of King Henry alone with that run defense, as long as Mike Vrabel could fucking just control the clock with the run game, and if Julio comes back or if he doesn't come back, if AJ Brown's starting, which most likely I think he is starting this week, if he isn't coming back, then regardless with just Henry alone, it's going to be fun to watch. They should be okay. I'm picking Titans just because their offense with the run game and the Chiefs defense is just not helping at all. So that's my opinion on that one. Who you got though?
With the Titans as well, and that's just because of the downward spiral that I see the Chiefs going on this season. It's either going to go one or two ways for me. If the Chiefs come out firing, scoring, you got Kelsey and all those guys scoring real early in the game, they may win the game. And if they do something like that, that might be the spark Mahomes needs this season to kind of turn this season around. They're not going to be a Super Bowl contender this season, but they might make the playoffs if he could turn it around midway. And that might be the rally that he needs. But realistically, I see the Titans really running away with this game. They got a lot of weapons on offense that are questionable to play. But if even one or two of those guys play, we know Henry's going to play. He can actually put up 200 and something yards rushing on the Chiefs. To be honest, I can see him having a game, 200 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns easily on the Chiefs. So unless Mahomes finds himself this game, which I can't guarantee he will, he could. There's an opportunity for him there. This could be that confidence boosting game that he needs to really turn into a player he's been his whole career. But I don't think that's going to happen. I really see the Titans winning this game. I think Derrick Henry is going to have a career game this week coming up. And yeah, I see that being pretty easy for them to win too.
Oh yeah, definitely. I see Henry getting like fucking, no offense to these guys, but I see him getting like 250. Like I don't know what it is, but I see him getting like 250 yards on these dudes, bro. Like I just see it, 2 touchdowns at the at least 2 or 3 touchdowns for 150. You know what I mean? Like that's what I see. I just see him having big breaks, big runoffs, and just boom, powering his way through down there. But next game, in my opinion, it's a division game, so it's going to be fun to watch. I think it's going to be. I don't want to say it's going to be the 1 o'clock game of the game. Game at that time. I don't think it's going to be the best game. Well, no, think about it. It actually might be because usually this division usually goes pretty ham, in my opinion. But it's the Bengals against the Ravens at 1 o'clock. I am, in my opinion, I'm sad to say, not sad to say, but like, secondly, let's put it this way. I'm kind of filling my words now, but like, I like the Ravens. I really do. They're actually like my second favorite team. That's what I was trying to say. They're like my second favorite team in the sense of like football wise. But the Bengals, knowing how they've been playing and they're actually playing really good, is not their besides the fact they lost to us in overtime, even though that was amazing to know they put us in overtime. They have good offensive weapons that's clicking right now. Burrows is really putting that team together. Chase is looking like he's about to be rookie of the year. By the way, if you don't have him on your fantasy, if you're not playing in a 12-man league or a 10-man league, I'm pretty sure you might have him on the free agency. Grab him. If you don't, the kid's a fucking beast. But if I had to choose between the two teams, Lamar, man. I mean, we just, like we said in the beginning, Lamar's Lamar, man. He's playing great football. He can throw for 400 yards. He can run for 200 if he wanted to. I mean, the kid can do it, everything. The defense is pretty good. Like I said, it's gonna be a dog fight, in my opinion. It's gonna be a big dog fight. But I think it's gonna really come down to, in my opinion, the run game, the run defense on each side. being that, Lamar could run the ball very well. You got Freeman, who actually put up, for 9 rushing yards last week for 55 yards or something like that with a touchdown. So, you got guys that can run the ball. They can switch it between guys. So if I had to choose just because of that alone, you're going to keep, in a sense, keep your backfield refreshed that way. I'm going to go with the Ravens also in this week's game just because of the run game. And it's going to come down, like I said, to each side's run defense. Whoever can hold the run game up, who's going to win the ball game, in my opinion. But who you got, bro?
Damn, man, this is a tough one because I kind of want to play devil advocate here, even though we was talking about how great Lamar is, and I agree that he's great. He's an MVP candidate this season. It's always those games where I don't think this season nobody's good enough to go 16-1 and 15-2. I don't think anybody in the league is really that good to say that. I think everybody's going to have 3 or 4 losses. The top teams are going to have 3 losses, and this could possibly be one of them for the Ravens. If Lamar plays like he did this past week and the defense doesn't have a great game like they did last week, then will they beat the Bengals? It's going to be tough. Now, granted, Lamar can have a great game. He can throw for 300, rush for 2 touchdowns, and have no interceptions. He can do that. But I don't know. For some reason, and it's more on the feeling more than just based off of fact, but for some reason, I think that the Bengals can potentially knock them off that high horse that they're on right now. Like, oh, we can even win if I suck. Like, you can't do that with the Bengals this coming week. You're going to have to really play. So it's really dependent, but I really feel like the Bengals may win this week just because Lamar's cruising on high street right now. He had a bad game and they can still win. He got a lot of trust in his team, but he's really going to have to show out to beat the Bengals, I think. So I think they might win this week.
Yeah, I mean, definitely possible. I don't even disagree. I'm saying it's hard. It was definitely hard to pick. Oh, someone just was he joined? I thought he joined. Something said, whoop. Oh, anyway, yeah, it's one of those games. It's a flip up because it's like, man, they're both good, great, high powered offense. They both got decent, in a sense, defenses right now. That's what I said. It's gonna really come down to that run game. I mean, if either side has a great run game, and if either side's run defense can hold up, then it's going to force them to throw the ball. It's going to force them to take riskier plays, and and I like to call them as like YouTube Madden plays. They're gonna have, they're gonna have to pull out things they don't want to pull out just yet. But it's a rivalry game, so it's going to be great. It's going to be a good game to watch. As I said, that actually might be the best game to see. Titans game's going to be. Say it again.
I agree. I think that's the best game this week.
Yeah, and at that 1 o'clock position, it's going to be probably one of the best ones because you got, like I said, the next game after that, it's going to be Washington at Packers. That's going to be fun to watch too. But to be honest with you, it's going to come down to if Washington's pass offense can actually, do good against our D-backs. Because Heineke's good, I think he's decent, but I don't know. Then again, he's not really that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not there. In my opinion, he's the guy now because they have nobody else to fucking throw it, to throw the ball. But I mean, if I was them, I would pick up Cam. If I had the chance, I would just sign him. Fuck it, why not? But, huh?
I said, right. Why not sign Cam right now?
Yeah, and honestly, that's coming from me. I'm not a big Cam Newton guy. I'm gonna be real. I never thought he was that, good in my opinion. I think he was kind of overhyped in my opinion. College, he was great. Yes, I think college. I think everybody in college are great. Look at Reggie Bush. He was fucking amazing in college. When he got to the NFL, he was, when you think about it, he was just good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just a good running back. He wasn't like, yeah, exactly. Like, because when you think about the type of running back he was used in that offense at the time for the Saints, he was just a receiving back. He wasn't good in between the tackles. He wasn't good. He out the tackles. He had some decent breaks and here and there. But, when you think about it, he just wasn't that guy. Like, he was decent, but he wasn't that guy. It's a few guys that come out in the first and second round who end up being that guy. It's hard to find those players. But in all, I just think, like, with Heinicke right now, they need a quarterback, and I think Cam should be that quarterback. Why not? And you have Ron Rivera there. You went to the Super Bowl with the guy. Why not? But I get it with the whole COVID thing. I guess for Ron, that's what I said. Like, even though I don't believe in the whole shot vaccine shit, and I think it's against people's bodies, in my fucking opinion, their rights or whatever. But like Sushi said before in our last video, in our last episode, when he said about, at the same time, you are playing the fucking sport, dribble and shut up. In this case, throw the football and shut up. But at the same time too, it's still just not right to say, in my opinion, because I just be thinking like, damn, man, because like I understand, but in this case, I really do understand with Ron Rivera because he's a cancer fighter. He's a cancer survivor. He had to survive cancer twice, so he wants to protect himself, wants to protect the team. So I get it. But this week with the Packers, I mean the Washington football team against the Packers. Of course, I'm going to be biased this one. I'm going to pick the Packers just because I don't see Heineke showing up. To pretty much babble all that babbling just to pretty much come to that. Yeah, I don't think Henry's gonna show up. Even as like I say, he's a decent guy. I don't think he's the guy to win this game. Defensively though, if they fucking show up and Chase Young chases down Aaron and our line doesn't fucking can't stop them, then we're it's gonna be a long game for us. But I see us winning that game. But what about you, man?
I mean, I love Aaron Rodgers, man. For me, my favorite two players of all time are Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I don't really see them losing to the football team, even though I think the football team are half decent. They're actually pretty good. They're not that bad. If they beat y'all, it wouldn't be outlandish. But at the same time, Aaron Rodgers can really go out there and just freestyle and just do his thing. Like that's how I feel he's been doing all this season. Like we was talking about, he really don't give a fuck right now. Excuse my language. And I think even playing like that, he can really beat the football team. They got okay defense. But I think Aaron Rodgers will figure it out like he's been doing with everybody else. It might be a tight game. It might be one of those games where in the fourth quarter, y'all down by 3 points and he scores in the last 2 minutes type game. You know what I mean? So regardless of how the game goes, whether y'all blow them out close game, I think Aaron Rodgers can figure out a way to win. And y'all definitely probably going to win that game. I wouldn't bet on that game that the football team will beat y'all for sure.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't either. Just like I said, just because like that pass offense on the Washington defense or Washington side, for their offense, I'm like babbling my words right now. But that offense on Washington is really not that good in the sense like, yeah, Gibson's good. You got certain players that are good, but at certain weeks they're not, they're up, they're down, and it really depends on who their defense is. And even our defense ain't the best. I like to think that we're gonna fucking, kind of rock their fucking world as Paul's in a sense, as they would say. But next game after that, we got Panthers and Giants. This is just said and done in my opinion. Panthers is no doubt about it. This should be a fucking easy, just beat them up. No question about it. It should just beat the piss down their leg, go to and get ready for fucking week 8. That's just how I feel with this game. Nothing else to say. Mike Glennon, I'm pretty sure, starting again. So I definitely wouldn't bet on that guy. He fucking got rocked this week by the fucking Rams. But then again, we knew that. We knew he was going to get set up to fucking for failure and set up to die. There's someone you got to sacrifice. Why not be Mike Glennon? Other than that, there's nothing else to say about it. I think Panthers got with this. Panthers should just blow these motherfuckers out with no problem. But what about you, man? What do you think?
The Giants are just trash this year. They're going to be rebuilding for the next 10 to 15 years. So, really, and I hate the Giants, so I don't mean to be biased. The Panthers are looking okay. They're looking pretty good this year. They're definitely better than the Giants will be. So, yeah, I don't see any way that the Giants can win that game. So I'm definitely going with the Panthers.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said before, it's Mike Glennon, so I don't see anything happening with that guy. Poor guy. He's set up to die there. Poor fucking guy.
He's gonna have a short
career. Next game is pretty much going to be technically a bumble in my opinion. We got the Falcons against the Dolphins. Honestly, I could see the Falcons winning this game, especially in my opinion, if excuse me, water hiccups. Especially in my opinion, if Cordell Patterson plays, if he can play how he's been playing like a couple weeks ago, how he did play when he dropped like damn near almost like 200 total yards or whatever the case may be. But yeah, if he can get that, if they get him going, and Kyle Pitts can have the game like he had last week and get himself going, and Matt Ryan can actually do what he did last week and actually get himself going, they can actually beat this Dolphins team. This Dolphins team is not that good, but it's so Falcons ain't any better. So if you think about it, they're probably pretty much evenly, talent wise, they're pretty much even when you think about it. But I have to choose. I'm going to say Falcons, man. I mean, even though I think Tua Tagovailoa should be, I think, coming back this week, if I'm not mistaken, or if he's already back. But if not, I definitely, even if he is there, I just don't see them winning. So I'm picking the Falcons this week with that game. Fantasy wise, I'm like I said, if you guys don't got Cordell Patterson, I would say just pick him up because he definitely does drop points when they use him, and they don't just use him in the receiving; they use him in the running back situation. And what makes it cool with fantasy is that they actually put that there. They actually put him as a flex to where he's double positioned. So you can use him in the wide receiver, you can use him in the running back, and you can use him in the flex. So it definitely works out. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was pissed off. I missed my chance to grab him. Instead, I grabbed I forget who the fuck I grabbed. I grabbed someone else, and I regretted it so fast. I was like, fuck, I should have picked them up when I had the chance. But all in all, I would say pick him up if you don't have him. And I'm picking Falcons in this game.
Who's at home? I'm not sure who's playing at home. Who's at home?
Sorry, it was Falcons at Dolphins.
At the Dolphins?
Yes.
I mean, not that has much really to do with this particular game. That's this game too much anyway, especially since it's in Florida. So I mean, a lot of Atlanta fans are going to be there too anyway. Probably go with the Falcons just because, like you said, Matt Ryan. He ain't been playing the best these last few seasons, but he's still a vet. He still has the ability to win. And I believe he can pull that out over the Dolphins. The Dolphins, they get their wins here and there now, so it's looking a little better than it has been the last 20 years or 30, 50 years for the Dolphins, so that's great news for them. But they're not a team that I would say knows how to win yet, and this will be a tough game for them. So I don't think they know how to win the tough games, and I think it's going to be a close-scoring game, but I think the Falcons are going to pick up the W on that one.
Yeah, that's a fact. Last 1 o'clock game would be, it's also another division game. The reason why I didn't pick this one as like a big game is honestly because it's the Jets at Patriots. Honestly, in my opinion, I mean, sad to say, I think the Jets must have like some bad juju or something. Someone put a curse on that team because the fact that you got so many quarterbacks throughout the last like 10 years and not one of them's working. Even poor Zach Wilson, he's gonna poor kid. He's gonna not really learn anything there at all. It's like I feel like that team. You know what that team needs for them to be a winning team, in my opinion. They're gonna need a veteran quarterback. They need. I don't know who would they need in the sense of a veteran position because I don't want to say that they need someone old, but they definitely need someone like perfect example, Deshaun Watson. That's what they need to do. If they could get Deshaun Watson there. I would make that trade. Send Zach Wilson away.
Why he's cheap? I would fuck the scandal. It's dying down. I would take the risk.
Yeah, I mean, truthfully, he's mature enough to where he's talented enough to actually make players better. He has the experience already. They kind of have certain players that's actually not that bad on that team. They just need to win. That's their thing. If they could just win, they get some morale and get some boosters in that fucking locker room. They get some good happy boosts, morale boost. They can actually be okay defense and a good offense. You got Crowder, you got Corey Davis, I believe, still there. Well, they just got him this year, so he's better be still there. You got Mims, was one of their rookies from last season or 2 seasons ago, if I'm not mistaken. I think they got another rookie wide receiver, if I'm not mistaken. So they got guys there that they can use, but you keep drafting rookie quarterbacks, and it's not helping. Like, you need someone who's going to be experienced already and who can play the game already. That's why it sucks, because even in fantasy-wise, you can't even use none of their players because they don't have no morale or no focal boast to be like, yeah, we're going to win. We're going to win. Even against the Patriots right now in this division game, it's like, I see the Patriots winning. I'm choosing the Patriots because it's like the Jets need to understand this. Like you said, yeah, and honestly, I agree with you. Get it now while it's cheap. Even with the scandal around them, get it while it's cheap. I agree with that. Now that I think about it, yes, do it. Send Wilson, let him, if he's going to die, at least let him die in a team where, Texans football, as long as you could get him there now, you bring some other people later, man, fuck it, do it. You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, Mims, David Mims in Texas right now is not really doing too hot. I thought he would be something good, but he's not. And why not do it? I'd say do it at this point. But at this point, that's off topic. I'm just gonna say right now, Patriots, Jets. I'm taking Patriots. No, hands down. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
It's always crazy with those two teams. Tom Left not as crazy, but the Jets sometimes always used to figure out how to beat the Patriots. But that era is over now. So I think that the way the Patriots played this past week is going to foreshadow that they're going to play well this coming week. They played a way tougher team this past week too, and even though they lost to the Cowboys, they put up a hell of a fight against the Cowboys, man. The Cowboys, to me, are a Super Bowl contender. To me, if we did a power ranking, I'd probably say the Cowboys is like number 4 or 5 in the entire NBA. If not, maybe higher. I could put them at 3. You could switch them between 3 and 5.
Right.
If you have to go to OT with them and then they'll be heartbroken the way they are this past week, they're going to come out guns blazing. They're like, man, I don't think they feel that was a loss. I think they feel like, man, we shouldn't even have been rocking with them like that. And we did. That just shows how good of a team we are. I think they're going to take that attitude into this week coming against the Jets and beat the shit out of the Jets. The Jets is like, it's a rival with them. So they're going to beat the shit out of the Jets. They're going to come in, win the division game. It's going to make up for the loss of last week. And I think they're going to, continue to play at least halfway decent through the rest of the season. They'll probably be around 500, maybe slightly better, maybe around 500.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really check out their schedule, but honestly, I can see the Patriots. Honestly, I can see them being a 9-17. I mean, they could probably make the wild card. Honestly, I mean, that AFC is not. Honestly, the AFC is up for grabs. The only team that do know for a fact is going to probably more than likely make the first round bye is going to be out of the Ravens. Not the Ravens. It's going to be the Chiefs. One of those two is going to get the fucking first round bye, in my opinion. Unless the Bengals show up and show that they're the more dominant team and they do it, but. Other than that, or the Browns even, if everybody can get healthy on that team, they could probably even have the first round bye for the playoffs. So, and honestly, the AFC's up for grabs. So, Patriots can actually do something that they actually, like I said, win their games because they're playing real good football. I mean, their defense is really good with Judon playing fucking. That dude's a beast. He's just playing crazy out there, just madman football, and I love it. You still got other guys that McCourty, I'm pretty sure is still there if I'm not mistaken. You got guys that stepping up, so it's they got a good team still. It's sad to say, maybe Mac Jones, is he the future or not? It looks like he could possibly be the future. I mean, I think Belichick knows what he's doing. I think he knew after Brady, after these 2 seasons, it was going to be rough. But even with this season, being as his second season without him, I mean, to be honest, he's not doing too bad. So
it's not.
And he's not. I mean, when you think about it too, I mean, they played against Tom Brady already, and honestly, they almost gave them a run for their money too. So, Brady made it 1, but it wasn't like he stole it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he ran away with it and just that was it. No, Mac Jones was showing him some shit too. Like, nah, dude, I could play. So it was cool to see that little thing happen. But yeah, pretty much Patriots got this in the bag. I mean, they could definitely, like you said, be a 500, 8-8, maybe 9-7. I could definitely see it making wild card. Next games are the 4:00 games. We have boom. It's funny how we always have games at 4. It's always sad when the time dwindles down in football. When you see the time frame, like damn, 4 o'clock is only 4. Went from 16 to 4. It's so sad. So we have the next game, the 4:00 game to start it off. We're going to have the Eagles at Raiders. Your team, pretty much, my man. Truthfully, me and Suji talked about the Eagles before. They're going to play fun football. They have a fun team to watch. I mean, they may not be the best to watch because obviously the coaching stinks, in my opinion. The fact that he's not running the ball just shows you, he doesn't know what he's doing. He honestly just feels like he was I don't know. I really don't know y'all coach's backstory, but it feels like it got him from just some coaching computer, like a quarterback camp somewhere, and he just knows how to just throw the ball. That's it. He just knows shotgun and passing formation. That's all he knows. Because the fact that you don't run the ball with Miles Sanders and Gainwell, and when you do run the ball, it's your quarterback pretty much scrambling for his life. It's like, man, it's sad to see. But like I said, then again, when they're clicking, and it's fun to watch. But at the same time, too, this Raiders team is, I don't know, even though Gruden's out there and he left and, he resigned or whatever, and despite that controversy, Raiders still seem like a pretty good team. And shout out to Russ. he thinks they're gonna bust their ass, but I don't see it. I for some reason that defense in the Eagles side is just it's not nice to see, in my opinion. I mean, Slay's playing okay, but that depends on the quarterback. If the quarterback makes mistakes, it's not like Slay's out there making crazy plays, that's like making him be considered like a top D-back right now. Yeah, stats may say otherwise, but talent-wise, I don't see it. Yeah, in my opinion, I'm gonna have to go with the Raiders because even with the Eagles, fantasy-wise, you can't really. It's like there's no one really there to start. I mean, yeah, if you got Devonta Smith, that's great, but even then, he's more like a flex streamer, and that's like certain weeks and it's hard to choose what weeks is he's gonna be balling. Reagor, honestly, I feel like he's one of the busts y'all picked up in the draft, but hopefully he could be one of those guys that develops throughout time. But the fact that y'all could have had Jefferson over him, it's mind-boggling. But what do I know? I'm just a fan that watches the sport. I got Raiders, man. Who you got?
I don't even want to talk about this too long because I don't even want to say I'm disappointed in the Eagles because we're right where I thought we would be.
All right.
It's really a toss-up with this game, man, because we're so inconsistent. Like you said, we play so much fun football that it's up and down with us. Like I see us going like 7-9ish. You know what I'm saying? Well, right now they got 17 games, so what is it? 7-10, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like the Raiders, they're not great, and they're not in a great position because they're going through the coach thing and they got all the scandal going on. But like you said, man, they're playing through adversity, and sometimes it's a story. Sometimes these teams that go through this stuff, man, they still play well and make it to the playoffs, and they're that story. So it's a toss-up, man. We could really have one of our games where we just play really well, put up 35 and beat the Raiders. But again, I don't think that's more likely than not. Like, it's a possibility, but I think it's more likely than not that we lose to the Raiders. And I hate to say that being an Eagles fan, but I think it's just true. I got to be honest. We're not good this season. We're cool to watch. It's okay to watch us, but you cut on us to watch us get beat sometimes, man. So I'm going to have to go with the Raiders, man. It hurts me to say that.
Yeah, I mean, and it does because being a fan, I can understand. Like, even though like it could be a Packers and Bears, and even though like the Bears maybe could be the better team that game, I still was like, I'm like, I don't want to admit that, But so I can feel your pain, bro. Like wanting to just, you don't want to go against your team, who does? And to know like, damn, like to know like that the Raiders defense is not bad. I mean, their front seven is pretty good. Crosby is playing fucking tremendous football. I feel like ever since he came out the closet, I mean, he's playing fucking amazing. It's just crazy how like when someone's comfortable, they can do amazing things. But in all, I mean, that team is not bad. Even without Gruden, I think they can still be something good. Once again, like I said, because the AFC is so wide open, that team can be something good if they, if Carr can get his fucking head out of his ass when he's not doing stupid plays, and if they these wide receivers going with was it Brian Edwards, I think the one guy's name, and Henry Ruggs can get himself going and fucking step up more. This game, that offense could be fucking amazing with Josh Jacobs, I believe that's his name, the running back. He can fucking be good. We all know Waller's fucking amazing. And honestly, that's what's scary about this game is that you got Waller going against that linebacker crew. And honestly, that linebacker crew can't stick fucking nobody. Like that linebacker crew is stiff when it comes to the coverage game. So I expect Waller to take over. That's the crazy part. I don't even expect I expect the run game to do his thing, but I really expect Waller to have like no lie, man. I expect him to have like 200 yards on that defense. And that's scary to say. Because he can do it. Like he can do it if he's wide open.
He can do it all in the flat, man.
Yeah, just flat and little like screen routes. He can do that on his own and just make the play happen. And don't let him get a drag route or come across like like a 10 and in or like a 10 drag, 10 and drag type, or post. He's gonna burn people, bro. Like he's gonna get wide open every time. So it's gonna be scary to see him play. But the next 4 or 5 game, it's going to be Lions and Rams. This is not going to, obviously, we both going to more than likely agree on this one. Stafford's coming home, going against the fucking Lions. Stafford's going to fucking throw for 500 yards. I don't see nothing else to it. He's going to prove to the Lions, man, you should have fucking gave me what I wanted. You guys didn't give me what I wanted. He was pretty much like another Aaron Rodgers, man. Great quarterback, put up in a shitty position. Shitty GMs. I mean, it's sad the guy's career almost literally. It wasn't for the fact that the Rams was like, I'll take this trade. You could take bum ass Goff. It wasn't for that, yo. Like I would feel so bad for Stafford, but to know that he went to a team that's like, damn, this team is actually like a Super Bowl contending team now again by just one player. One player made that team a contending team now because it's funny because they had the same players as before. Then nothing changed. Nothing's really changed when you look at it. The only thing that changed was the quarterback position. And what's funny is that shit made it so much better. It boosted that team up like 10 steps. You know what I'm saying? And Stafford's coming home. He's going to fucking blow the roof off that place. And it's sad it's going to be bittersweet because all the Lions fans are going to just sit there and be like, man, we had you and we didn't do nothing with you. And now we got Goff. And sad to say, he's not like Goff's playing bad, but he's not doing good. And it sucks because he's losing pieces around him that really mean something to that offense because they lost Quintez Cephas. I believe that's his name, but if I'm saying it wrong, forgive me. He's actually pretty decent. They got the kid Raymond, who's actually okay. He's been in the league for a while, but once again, that's just one of those toys that's like in the lost and found section, you know. And then, huh?
No, I said you're right.
Yeah, because like not too many people know who Khalif, I think that's his name, Khalif Raymond. I think that's how you say his name. Not too many people know who that kid is unless you fucking play Matt and then you realize the speed's like 95 or some shit like that. But other than that, and then you got the rookie they got, Ramon Brown, I believe that's his name, if I'm not mistaken. So they have pieces, but once again, you got Goff, and he's not like he's the best. So it's just easy pickings. Rams got this game in the bag. I'm gonna say it right now. I see 55-3. I'm gonna be real with you. I see 55-3, hands down, and I'm leaving it at that.
Yeah, Matt has surprised me, and we're not really surprised because I always knew he was good with the Lions. They just had some things going on with the team that didn't make him shine as he should have all the time. But it's really good to see him play for the Rams and really do what he's doing this season. Even like they are a contender too. Like you said, the AFC is up for grabs for anybody. So the Lions are terrible in every aspect of the game. Their defense is horrible. They really don't got much offense going on. Jared Goff is terrible, but I think it's just exposed him because we all thought he was so great. Well, not we all, but the football gods thought he was, going to be the next thing because how well the Rams were doing, but that was really their team. And I think Matt is showing you how much better they could have been this whole time if they had somebody like Matt. If they had Matt when they had Jared Goff their whole career, Jared Goff's whole first 3 years, if they had Matt, they'd have won the Super Bowl. They'd have won more Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's great to see him as a veteran join the team and really find his groove, and hopefully they can be a contender this season. And I really think that they're gonna beat the dog shit out the Lions. I don't think it's gonna be. I hope it ain't that bad where it's 53-3. That's terrible. But I could definitely see it being something like 40-21 or something like that. They don't really have a way that they can beat them.
And I agree with you. I mean, if and that's like any quarterback. If you have a fucking great quarterback who can teach you the game, I mean, because people don't remember, like Stafford, people forget, man. Stafford got drafted before the draft even started that year. I don't know if you remember that, but a lot of people forget that. Like, remember, he signed a contract before the draft happened. It was like a month before the draft even gave up, and they came to him with the contract. Like, we're signing you. We're signing you. So come with us. And he signed it. He was like, fuck it. They was giving him what, like, fucking almost, he was like I think at the time, like almost damn near the highest paid rookie quarterback ever. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy to know like that's what they saw and they didn't see wrong. You know what I mean? And like you said though, but Goff would have had him 3 years ago, when they went to the Super Bowl and and let's say he was his backup, he would have definitely learned a lot. He would have learned a lot because, like I said, right now I always knew Stafford's not a bum. Like I always thought that, like, yo, Stafford's not a bum. Like that kid is good. Even in college, they said, like, yo, he's good. When he played Georgia ball, so it was like I used to watch him play, and I'm like, yo, that kid is good. Like he's not a slouch. He's very good. He's not the fastest. He don't need to run. He can be comfortable as hell in that pocket, and he throws the ball, and it's perfect. So, and people forget he was actually one of those quarterbacks that was always like 405, almost a 5,000 yard passing quarterback. A couple years. You know what I'm saying, in a row. And it's crazy how he had the stats when I mean, obviously with Megatron he had fucking plenty of stats, but even without Megatron, And even a little bit of times before Megatron, I mean, he had players and didn't have players, and he still showed up. So I just see Matt Stafford just coming home and just fucking wiping them out. I'm gonna be real with you. I just see it just being a blowout. But speaking of blowouts, in my opinion, we got another game here. The 425 game is going to be Bears at Buccaneers. Not to be biased, but I'm definitely picking the Buccaneers over the Bears. Robinson, sad to say, he needs to go, and not because it's his fault. I'm not saying that's what It's not saying that Allen Robinson's the problem. It's just he needs to go now before he wastes his career there, because the Bears are fucking like legitly just floating in the sea, just about to sink. They're like, I don't care how good their defense is right now. If their offense does not pull it together, it won't matter. I understand defense does win championships, and I know 2000, I believe the Ravens won with Ray Lewis and all those guys because defense does win championships at times. I understand that, but your defense is not Super Bowl material, and your offense is nowhere near as good as, I'm gonna be real, I would take the fucking Dolphins offense probably over the Bears offense, and that's just my opinion. But point is, it's Tom Brady. He's not going to lose to this team. I'm pretty sure they're going to beat him up a little bit, but other than that, I just see Mike Evans going off. I see Leonard Fournette going off, which he's been going off, and I knew he was going to go off once he signed a contract with the Bucs last season. I knew this was going to happen. It was fruition. Rolo is not the guy. I always said Rolo was not the guy, and now they have the guy, and you got to keep the guy, and you got to feed the guy, because the guy is fucking good. The guy caught I believe damn near all his targets last week's game. I think he had 4 targets or more, if I'm not mistaken. He caught them all. Total yards almost damn near, I think almost over 200, or about almost 200, or at least close to the high 150s around there. Total yards, touchdowns galore. He had about 31 points in fantasy. So if you got him on your team, don't be afraid to start him, because that's what he will do. He will at the very least get you 15 if you need somebody in the flex. So if you have running backs or don't have running backs and you need a running back, you better get him. And if you do have him, don't be afraid to use him, because he's going to fucking go off this week. And I believe he's going to go off for the rest of the season, because this is where he eats, especially when they had to share the rock with him and Gio and fucking Rolo. And now it's just showing that just give him the ball, let him eat. He can help you in the pass game. He can help you in the run game, between the tackles, out the tackles. Buccaneers got this game in the bag. That's all I can say.
Excuse me, bro. I was thirsty.
See that?
But yeah, I agree. Tom Brady. I don't see them losing this game. It's not really no competition with that. Are they playing at the Buccaneers?
Yes, sir. They're playing at Bucs.
Yeah, that makes it even worse.
Right.
Don't look like they did earlier this season, where they were a short thing for the Super Bowl, but they're still obviously an elite level team. And they could fuck around and make it to the Super Bowl still. So yeah, that's an easy win for the Bucs, man.
Definitely. Next 425 game is going to be Texans at Cardinals. Easy pickings. I mean, obviously Cardinals are still undefeated right now, playing mighty good football, I have to admit. I keep forgetting that they're actually undefeated, and because it's still shocking to me that they're undefeated. Not because they're not ass. They don't they don't have fucking talent. They have great talent. I mean, you have Hopkins, you have Christian Kirk, you have Isabella if they use him. You have Rondell Moore. Running back wise, you got James Conner, who I keep telling people James Conner can actually be a good running back if he's given the chance. And even then, you still have their running back Chase Edmonds, who's actually really good at the receiving core. If you think about it, you use him more of as check down plays, or little flex plays, whatever they do with him. But in all, it's not much to say. Texans playing horrible. They got 3 running backs. They're also running a 3 running back situation like the Ravens are. But only the Ravens got the better batch of running backs, while the Texans got David Johnson, they got Mark Ingram, and they got Philip Lindsay. Not saying they're all bad, but they are definitely inconsistent. So it's hard to choose, or hard to even pick on any of those guys for fantasy. So I wouldn't even trust them at all for fantasy. Don't even think about picking them up unless you're that desperate to fucking pick them up. But in everything else, yes, I'm just gonna say Cardinals definitely win this game. Another blowout, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say 55-3, but I'm gonna definitely say, uh, honestly, maybe a 34-6 or 34-10. Um, I don't see them going crazy like that. Honestly, this should be a game the Cardinals should honestly probably take a little easy. Like they're gonna blow them out, but they're gonna still take it easy. You know, you got guys like JJ you want to keep healthy. You got Kyle Murray who wants to keep, you want to keep his shoulder healthy. You know, you got Hopkins, you got to keep his fucking ankles and legs healthy. So this is a game that you want to blow them out quick, so that way you can fucking rest the veterans and rest your star players and just keep going about your business at that point. So Cardinals winning this game.
Yeah, for sure, man. I can't believe it either. The Cardinals have been playing phenomenal this season. Undefeated. Are they the only undefeated team left in the NFL?
Right now, they're only undefeated. Only the team that's not defeated. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, man. So I mean, that's remarkable. They're firing on all cylinders. They got the offense going crazy. Who are they playing again? It's the Cardinals versus who?
It's Texans Texans going to the Cardinals.
The Texans, man, they're gonna be rebuilding for a long time too. This is a blowout game. This is an easy win for them. I think, like you said, they should get it done in the first 2-3 quarters. Let your stars sit down and rest. And this is just an easy game for them, man. It's almost like a bye week for them.
Right, definitely. Especially, I think their bye week should be coming up pretty soon. Probably, I think like week, I'm gonna say 10 to 9 around there, or something like that, maybe. So their bye week should be coming up soon. So they're gonna definitely need that little bit of rest. All right, our next game will be that Sunday night division game. No, is it a division game? I don't think it is. Now that I think about it. No, it's not actually. But still, nonetheless, I think it's gonna be a decent game. You got the Colts against the 49ers. 49ers is home. Colts can play decent. Honestly, if you watched this week or week 6 game, Ty Hilton was not fucking around. That man came back from a neck injury and was like, "Yeah, I'm here to play," and he showed up. The guy showed that, like, yeah, I was gone for a while, but I'm back. I'm still the number one. Don't get it fucked up. Like, he really came back and was balling, and I love the energy that T.Y. Hilton brings to the field because, whether he's have a full season, which has been a while since he's had a full season. It's funny when you can play every time you play, whether he's coming back from an injury or if he, whatever. He is always hype. He catches the ball, it could be 10 yards. He's giving up like, yeah, he's freaking doing the symbols and all these first down symbols. Like he really gets hyped. So, but I think the 49ers has a talented team still. If Jimmy plays, I feel like 49ers going to win. If Trey Lance starts, I feel like they're still going to win, but it's going to be a harder win. It's going to be more of a difficult win because, Trey Lance, obviously being a rookie, he's not been the best, but he knows where to go, like when, to pretty much get the ball to. He knows where to get the ball to, which is obviously his favorite receiver is Debo right now. Kittle's, I don't know if he's back or if he's playing or not. I don't think he is. If he comes back this week, that'd be great. If not, you still got Debo, you still got Dunk, you still got their running back Eli Mitchell, who's a 6th rounder, is coming to this year, just putting in some work for them. Some pieces for them. Let's keep it short and simple. I'm going with the 49ers though. Like I said, when it comes to fantasy with this team, it's really good. If you got Debo, good. If you don't, get him somehow, some way, but get him. Young, drop him if you have him. Not worth the wait. Don't wait on that guy. He's not going to produce anytime soon. He's not going to do nothing for your fantasy unless Debo goes down. Knock on wood, because I had Debo. Unless that happens, he's not going to get the ball much, especially when you got guys like Trent Sherfield, who's getting looks more than him. Got guys like Sanu, I think is getting looks more than him. So it's not worth keeping. But I know I'm picking the 49ers in this dogfight. But who you got?
I agree. I think it's going to be a tough game. I don't really see anybody being too much better than the other team. I like the Colts a little bit. Maybe I'm being biased just because of Carson Wentz. And Carson Wentz is one of the big reasons the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So, all in all, I think I might go with the Colts. I think the Colts have been playing okay football, and they're due for, a couple wins. The 49ers might just be that team that they can really beat up on. So I think Carson Wentz might go out there and have a good game this coming week. I don't really see anything on the defense, so that's going to be stopping him from possibly throwing, for a good amount of yards, maybe close to 300 yards with 2 touchdowns. If he have a game like that, I can see the Colts winning.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, it could be. It depends. It really depends on pretty much the quarterback situation. Is Wentz going to show up? If Vaughn shows up, and then that front seven defense kind of shows up, then it's going to be definitely a ball game. And like I said, if Trey Lance is starting, it's going to be harder. But Jimmy there, they've shown that Jimmy. Not saying Jimmy's I'm not going to sit there and say Jimmy's ass, but Jimmy's not the fucking quarterback that everybody think he was. But
Right.
he has shown he likes Debo. I mean, even Trey loves Debo. So, but who gives the ball to Debo more, or who trusts it, or let's put it, who can get it to him better? I would say Jimmy can. Jimmy's proven that I can give it to him anywhere, anytime. Chase still it seems like he's still trying to trust him, and I don't know why, but it's just give him the ball. The guy's gonna play. He's gonna catch it. Give him the ball. You see what Jimmy does? He'll sling it and don't care. It could be double coverage, but it'll be a double coverage thrown where he knows that guy's going to get it, or try to get it.
At least a shot at it.
Right, and I get it. Trey Lance is the rookie, so that's what I said. It's going to be, if he starts, it's going to be harder football. But you're right. I mean, if once comes to show to play, then it's going to be hard. Let's put it this way: if the Colts score, and they're up, let's say by 3 touchdowns, and before the first half ends, then yeah, it's going to be a tough game to come back from at that point. But I'm still going with 49ers now. Next game, we got Monday night, the last game of the week. This game it might be fun to watch, honestly. It's going to be Saints at Seattle Seahawks. It's going to be fun. A lot of people don't trust Winston, but I like Winston, man. I think Winston's going to be a future, not a Hall of Famer, but a future person that can get that team going right now, the future quarterback in a sense. He is that quarterback for them that's going to be there for at least I give him at least another 3-4 years. If he keeps playing how he plays. If he doesn't play, then within 2 years they'll probably get rid of him. But I say he's going to be there for another 4 years because I don't know. I like the way he plays, man. He's not afraid to throw the ball now. He seems more comfortable. He's definitely especially if Michael Thomas can come back, I feel like he can definitely get the ball to him. I feel like he's going to give the ball to him at anywhere anytime he wants it. Anytime he feels as though he can win and get the ball, he's going to give it to him. You know what I mean? So, but the Seahawks team is not that bad even without, we saw this week, this football game today. Geno played good. The team played good. They beat the Steelers in overtime. No, they didn't. Steelers beat them in overtime. I'm sorry. So they showed that they could keep up with certain teams. Whether they're a good team or bad team, they can keep up with them. But in all, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Saints in this one just because they ain't got Seahawks ain't got Russell Wilson. I mean, Geno did good, and I still think he's gonna do good. That's what this game can be fun to watch. Because the only thing that's different is just the quarterbacks, their main quarterback's missing, but their backup was not bad, and you still got Metcalf, you still got Lockett. I think it's Carson. I think Chris Carson might be coming back. If not, you still got fucking Alex Collins, who's actually a decent running back for them. It seems like it's always it's weird how there's always that one guy who just plays for one team and he only does good with that one team. That's Alex Collins. I feel like every time he comes to the Seahawks, he plays great with them. When he plays anywhere else, he sucks. He don't grab him. But when he comes to the Seahawks, make sure you pick him up as a bench player because he can actually give you some points. I think this week he dropped, I believe, 12 or 15 points. Last week he dropped about 12 or 15 points, if I'm not mistaken, around there. So he can definitely get you some fantasy points if you're needing a running back right now, especially if Chris Collins is out. Even when Chris Collins comes back, I'm pretty sure they're going to still share the rock. So, if you need a running back, I would say grab him. But in all, I'm going to pick with the Saints, and I'm going to leave it with that. Brody, what do you got?
Yeah, I'm real biased. I think Geno Smith being okay. He's an okay quarterback. And the Seahawks still almost winning their last 2 games kind of shows you that the Seahawks themselves are a really good team. And when you put a decent quarterback there, that's all they really need. But without Russell Wilson, I think he's that key not even I think, I know he's that key component, not even just as a quarterback, but as a leader on the field that drives them to win those games that are tough. That he's just that guy. He's more than just the quarterback. So without him, I really think that all their games are going to be like that, or at least most of them, where it's like, man, Geno played really good, and they only lost by 3 points or a touchdown, or man, they could have won that game. It's going to be a lot of those because the deciding factor for them to win is really Russell Wilson. So without him on the field, I don't think the Seahawks can win any games.
That's a fact, Jack. And that is all the games of Week 7. Like I said, this week's not too great when you look at it on paper. It's really not the best week of football, but it should be some fun games to watch. Like I said, the 1 o'clock game, I think, in my opinion, will probably be the game of the week for 1 o'clock. Possibly the game of the week of the whole week, if you think about it. The Ravens and Bengals, they start playing great football. But a lot of games that those are going to be beat up games, or 3 games at the very least are going to be beat up games. Some might be surprise up beat up games, and some might actually be surprise losses. But if the Texans beat the Cardinals, I'll be surprised. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So that's why football, I love it. It's any given Sunday. It's the best in my opinion. But in all, we leave it at that. Bro, do you got anything else to say?
Nah, man, I agree. This week of football doesn't seem like it's going to be the best. I'm probably going to miss at least half the games that are going to be played. I'll catch some of the highlights and see if I get surprised by any of the games coming up. But I'm really excited to see you guys play the football team, actually. I think that's going to be my favorite game that comes out this week, just because I love to watch Aaron Rodgers play, and I think the football team is kind of slept on. So that'll be interesting. And, I'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, same, man. I appreciate that, because we need all the support we can get, man. We're trying to get to the Super Bowl.
For sure. I want to see y'all get there. I'm not going to get there, so I definitely would like to see Aaron Rodgers get there one more time, man.
Oh, man, I would love it. One more time, come back, bring the trophy home one more time. I'll be happy, man. I'll be fucking ecstatic. But that's all we got for you this week, guys. Like I said, don't be afraid to like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, we do these weekly, so but don't forget to rock the bell. That way you can know when we get a video, or when you get a video. Well, let's put it that way. Because we do these videos weekly. I also do other videos on the side. You can also follow us on, our social media accounts. I'll start posting those in the description if you do want to follow Brody, me, or Sushi. So we can start, keeping in contact with you guys a little bit more than we are now. So that being said, have a good week. Stay blessed. Be safe. And, keep it going, baby. Peace.
Peace.